Close that. Okay. Call to action up there. That's good. I can see it. Uh, I've got my call to action over there. I think it should pop up in a minute. I can get rid of Discord. Still don't know if I'm gonna make a Discord here. I probably to some degree, I feel like I should. But again, I'm like terrified of Discord, so I don't really want to, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's my Discord take. Hey cats, how you doing? I've been spared from playing Fortnite today, but I might honestly end up doing it by the end of the week, just so I can get Gwenpool. And apparently, there's like a few missions that I need to do or something. I'm doing pretty good. I passed out on the couch a lot today. Don't know why. I've just been like unnaturally tired. I don't know. It's probably because I eat literal like I eat like I'm a 5-year-old. Pickiest freaking eater. Oh yeah? You have a lot of experience. Ugh. Oh yeah, I forgot that they have Emma Frost too, so that could be pretty epic. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should just bite the bullet and do a Discord? Because I don't know. I never know what to do with the Discord stuff. I feel like every time there's a Discord, something horrible happens. But maybe I'm just paranoid. Yeah. Oh yeah, good point. Good point, cats. Oof. I've got some stuff queued up. There's a new Turkey Tom video on Plagued Moth, who's like an edge lord who reacted to snuff films. We got Tofia Chu. She's very popular with the Zoomers, apparently. She's a TikTok lolcow. And I've seen some things on her before, but Mr. Snowflake is like the highest quality of lolcow documentaries generally. So I really like him because he's like subtly funny type thing. Used to run play by post TTRPGs on Discord, and yes, it was Discord mod. Okay. It's kind of like I've had I'm in like D&D withdrawal. Yeah, yeah. Literally gonna probably will go over the video today. Probably. I've seen like one other person go over him before. I forget if it was Lanza or someone else. Because I generally watch a lot of like internet drama things to relax, which sounds like a weird way to relax, I guess, but still. Yeah. But yeah, I also got some evil genius credit card corruption if you guys would be interested in that too. But I figure like Tofiachi would be a good intro. Because I've seen again, I've seen things on her before, but not from Snowflake. I trust his qualities. So I'm already gonna like it. So let's dig into this, I guess.
That's what I think. I think you're scamming people. Tofia, don't do that. Tofia, don't do that. Tofia, don't do that. Tofia, don't do that. I need you. Listen, Tofia, I need you to understand.
On the Discord thing, I would say what you honestly feel should be what you do. Yeah, I don't know. Because there's like in general with this VTuber thing, I've been going outside of my comfort zone more, like going on X at all. Because before I saw that as like a containment zone, and I just stay away from it. So in general, I've been expanding into areas that I'm not normally used to. Like this is the first time I'm using Twitch, and I'm starting to watch Twitch now because I doing Twitch. So I don't know. There's just a lot of things I'm unfamiliar with that I have to kind of figure out because of the VTubing thing. Yeah. Say creative and don't invite anyone. Yeah, maybe.
Understand what we're trying to do here. Sophia,
I like discovering new lolcows. I do like to revisit the old ones from time to time, but I find it more interesting finding new ones. And now I found what may be the most
Why is she the
lolcow-like of them
Grinch?
all, Torfiachu. Although Torfiachu is a new character for me, it feels like I've already been following her for years, because everything she does is classic lolcow behaviour.
That's
She's the very definition of a lolcow. Torfiachu is one of these lolcows that will live stream their entire life for strangers on the internet, letting them
yeah. Because I feel like nowadays we got like an oversaturation of horror cows and not enough lol cows. You can always set the Discord on fire and pretend it never existed. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's too many horror cows and not enough lol cows. Like, you generally hear a lot more about like Zeus and things now, other than just like innocent, like weird internet person posting way too much about their lives.
see the good as well as the bad side of her.
And yet again, Angie doxed me, and here we are blaming me.
And let me know if the volume and stuff is bad or anything, and then I'll fix it.
Yeah, saying it's my fault.
I checked it, but I never trust myself.
Just like every lolcow I've ever made a video on, Torfia believes she is more talented than she actually is.
It's a hoodie.
Yeah. Whose hoodie?
It's yours.
Black.
Huh?
We're gonna go through this
It smells like
again.
another man's cologne. So who have you been seeing?
What? No one.
What
Then explain.
is going on?
It's your anniversary gift.
Anniversary. An anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, baby.
Did you forget?
Did I forget? Oh, no way.
What did you give me then?
I got you so many
Oh,
things.
boy.
Starting off with this hoodie.
Ugh,
Why
forget
does
it.
this exist? TikTok, why does this exist? Like those weird, apparently it's like a duet thing. Is it just, I don't know. And the dude obviously knows what he's doing. Because I guess it's for other, like, it's a thirst trap thing. Because one of the main things that I know about Tofi is she really, really likes Asian men. That's her thing. She really likes Asian men.
As well as acting, Torfia also fancied
Freaking
herself
clown
to
makeup.
be a bit of a comedian. And to be fair, I did find myself laughing at some of her TikTok videos.
Hey, does my shirt smell weird?
Huh.
Hey, come here. Smell my shirt. Oh wait, I don't have anybody. So who are my Disney parents?
Is that about TikTok in general? Yeah. Oh, no! Don't put Ursula in the pool. That's awful.
Nah, because I know you're lying. I need to know who my Disney parents really are.
It's awful. Oh my gosh, that's so awful, Quasi. Oh no.
Torfia is someone who is desperate to be famous but doesn't have any real talent, but in her mind, she's just a star in waiting.
Clearly, while I am going to be off and doing bigger and better things, because I have been offered several opportunities to be on podcasts, and
Oh,
I've been
boy.
offered a lot of great stuff through TikTok.
Okay.
Torfia told us she'd been signed by a talent
Is she still
agency.
dressed like a clown
Told us
here?
being
Is this supposed to be clown or is this supposed to be normal makeup? Because this kind of also looks like a clown.
the keywords there because, like every lolcow to ever exist, Torfia likes to lie. The talent agency
Yeah.
she had apparently signed with would come out and confirmed that they had in fact not signed her.
Oof.
Torfia wants to make a living from
Eh?
TikTok rather than from a traditional job. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a lot of people's dream. But for many, it doesn't happen.
Oh my gosh, this is terrifying. This is my nightmares. What is this?
Still have to work a regular job.
Oh, the filter? Well, no, I think the other thing was just her makeup. These are all filters, though.
But that was simply not an option for Torfia.
I do not want to work ever again at a job.
Oh, boy.
How do I say this? Because I don't want people to think that that's what I'm thinking. But if I get a job, I would not be living.
Despite having no talent and being too lazy to work, Torfia has an inflated ego.
Wait, was she saying that she'd game over if she had to get a job? Is that what she was saying, or what?
You couldn't even pull anybody if you tried. People love to sit here and talk shit about me, but let's be honest. I could pull anybody I wanted to, you know? Let's be honest.
Oh, boy.
Lolcows often think that they're more attractive than
You see, I think this is just regular makeup. Unfortunate looking makeup. I don't think it's a filter. I could be wrong, though.
their audience. Foodie Beauty and Amberlynn Reid, for example, believe they are two of the most attractive women to ever exist. But just the fact that
Yeah.
Amber doesn't like to shower and Foodie is constantly farting in a cosplay outfit makes their audience not
Oh my god, she straight up called it a cosplay outfit. Oof. Oof. Throwing punches there, eh?
Not find them attractive. For Tofia,
Oh. Hey, hey Benya, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a bit. Know nothing about makeup or filters? Yeah, I know very little.
One of the problems she has when trying to attract a mate is the fact that she flat shares with cockroaches.
What? I think I've heard that this is her roommates are referred to as roach chews. Honestly, if she wasn't super insane and did some skincare, I'm sure she would actually be attractive. I feel like that's most people, though.
Is the fact that she flat shares with cockroaches.
Yeah, this is apparently Roach Chew. And holy shit, Roach Chew is a big guy. That is a big Roach Chew. Okay, you're still emotionally recovering from the astrology guy episode? Well, just you wait. Apparently tomorrow Caleb gets even more angry than he was in that episode. So I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm also excited. Because I like dumpster fires.
I didn't think I'd ever see a Lolcow rival
Going back. Don't go back.
Foodie Beauty or Amberlynn Reed for having the worst hygiene, but Tofia Chew is
Oh,
right
no.
up there with the both of them.
Day I got fired.
Okay, Amberlynn didn't shower for like a year while she was constantly bleeding. I don't know how she can beat them.
But Tofia
Or
Chew
beat
is
Amber.
right up there with the both of them.
Day I got fired. She had said I had hygiene issues.
A lot of Lolcows
Oh
rightly
man,
have
if
the
you... Oh,
reputation
there's her
of
hair
being
cockroach. Oh, there it goes. Oh, well, they call it her hair cockroach. It actually looks like it was a beetle, but you get the general idea.
unhygienic, and so does Tofia.
Oh,
She's not as
Cyrax.
squeaky
Ugh.
clean as she makes out to be.
Oh god.
What's that?
Oh god. Why?
Tofia has a dog named
No.
Hershey. She doesn't walk
This poor innocent animal. I also know that she mistreats poor Hershey here. The whole family does. And Hershey needs out. Poor Hershey.
the dog. She doesn't
Hey, Ryan Reynolds
Oh
here
no!
for, I
Deadpool,
guess,
no.
my 100th
No.
Mint commercial.
Damn it.
No, don't,
No.
don't.
take the dog outside to urinate, so often Hershey will just pee on puppy pads.
Poor
The dog
Hershey.
never seemed happy when it would make little cameo appearances in Tofia's videos.
I think under the chairs.
Oh no. Are they hitting the dog?
Hello. My name is Bridget.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Some people don't deserve animals. What the hell are you doing?
You cannot have that.
That poor dog. You little shit. No, oh god, please no.
Tofia, like all Lolcows, does plenty of things that make her audience dislike her. Tofia is a big woman, and you can't get that big without eating big.
Yeah.
She's infamous for the amount of money she wastes on DoorDash, being too lazy to cook her own food, and
Hey guys, it's our favorite. It's the DoorDashers. We love DoorDash on this channel. It totally isn't known for being a huge waste of money for people who can't afford it. Like, let's say a chick who's going to get evicted later in this episode, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I feel so bad for Hershey. Hershey needs a better family. Because that dog seems freaking traumatized. That's why Hershey must be like lashing out all the time. It's because he's scared. Hershey, I don't really know what gender Hershey is.
being pretty poor with money management doesn't make her a bad person. What does make her a bad person, in the eyes of many though, is that she would often try to scam DoorDash, asking for a refund so many times after eating her food, just so she could get the food and not pay for it. She did
Really?
it that often that she was actually banned from asking for a refund.
I'm not surprised.
And like some of the Lolcows I've covered before, Tofia is even disliked by other Lolcows. Nova Online is another TikTok personality who's not
Why are the TikTok ones always at war with each other? I don't know why they always infight. All their like the TikTok lolcows.
exactly a big fan of her.
Tofia is racist towards Mexicans, and she says horrible stuff about Asians. And Tofia, if you're watching this, I'm calling you out. I have a real job. You don't. All you do is sit on your
What are
fat
you
ass
wearing?
all day on TikTok Live and defame me and MG and all that.
Who's
Welcome
MG?
to a brand new episode of Fat B.
Why are you wearing Paw Patrol? What? They want to be the bigger Lolcows? Yeah, just get more views on them, get more money.
You're a menace. I'm invested in him, though. He's invested in me. So don't say
Clout
I'm
chasing Lolcows, going after each other's trolls. Yeah, drama creates views, views create clout. Very true.
invested in him. He talks about me every day on that Discord. He's gonna be mad when I get more followers than him.
Oh boy.
He's really gonna be mad. He's gonna be like, they're more famous than me.
Gooey.
Torfia on her own is a pretty entertaining lolcow, but lolcows are always more interesting when surrounded by good supporting characters. Nova popping up now and again, hating her.
Oh my
makes him a
god.
decent sidekick.
Why does it looks like the hatred guy. You guys know the hatred guy, right? That's what this reminds me of.
Character in her world, but Torfia's family are the real supporting characters. First, we've got Brother Chew.
Brother Chew.
Brother Chew has an ex-girlfriend who's come out online, claiming that Torfia and her family are unhygienic. But I think people knew that already with the cockroaches.
Pretty sure.
She's also come out and claimed that Brother Chew has been physically abusive towards her, though Torfia would tell us that that wasn't true at all. But Brother Chew's mother would let slip that he did in fact put his hands on his ex-girlfriend.
My son's
God.
No, my son's not an abuser. He may have hit Angie like he said he did, but
Dude.
he said she hit him too.
I don't want to have it. I don't want to.
It's not justified in either direction, dude.
Don't discuss that.
Not much else is known about Brother Chew, other than he has no patience for people not liking his sister.
We all have guns. And let me tell you, this is a generation where we don't use our hands anymore. We go straight to a weapon.
What?
So if you want to continue talking your shit and running your mouth, everybody, go ahead. Don't think I'm going to
Dude,
find out where
what?
you live. Don't think I'm not going to find out. Like I said, I mastered in computer technology for 3 years. If I want your IP address, I can find it just like that. If I want to do
So he's a super hacker with a firearm. Be afraid.
I could do it just like that. Don't think I can.
Next, we have Torfia's mother,
Oof.
or Mother Chew, as she's more commonly known. She will defend Torfia to the trolls and haters no matter what.
You know what? You guys are all sick. You are very, very sick people. And I want no
I've heard her sing before, and that's an experience. Very, very interesting experience. I wonder if we'll get to hear that in this one or not.
nothing to do with you. You're gonna leave people homeless? You're sick. And don't say anything to me either.
Trolls were a constant part of Torfia's online life, and sometimes that trolling would spill over into her real life, and Mama Chew would also be a part of it sometimes.
Okay.
Hang up. Hang up.
What is
You're
happening?
not a doctor.
Hey, Gamma, how you doing?
Stop playing on the phone. Leave us alone.
A little degree in computer technology from Texas Tech. Guns up. Oh, he's just a. Isn't Texas Tech the Raiders? Maybe. Hopefully, it's just a squirt gun. I'll go with that.
Hang up the phone. You're messing with people on the phone. They're calling the phone is what they're doing. And you're being stupid. I don't need to tell you what she said. If you're gonna answer that phone, then I'm
So is this like the people calling Chris's house type thing, and then they get the parents?
gonna take it away from you. There have been enough problems as it is, and these
Can't exactly hear what they're saying though.
because I know what the f they're doing. They're not no fucking doctor. No doctor's gonna call at 2 a.m. in the morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. No one's gonna call.
Red Raiders and guns up as they're saying. Oh yeah. That sounds right.
2 o'clock in the morning? They don't call at 2 o'clock. Stop being stupid.
One of the most, if not the most well-known clip of Mama Chew is when she calls out Torfia's father, Papa Chew.
Stop sticking your tongue out to the ladies, okay?
Okay. Fucking Papa Chew.
That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say, Maria. That's all you have to say. Just say stop sticking your tongue out. Okay?
Yeah, no, there's plenty of train wrecks to see today.
He's one of the strangest people I've ever seen online. from his fake bank scam where he tries to take people's money from them.
Send me an email to Mordecai Global.
Okay, if anyone gives him money, it's their fault. If anyone gives him money, it's their fault.
Nobody sent you an email. Get off the phone.
Maria, this might be a good call.
No, it's not. I don't
Oh
care.
boy.
You don't have all dog. Just hang up.
He puts up these green crosses around the house to ward off white people and the police.
The white
Oh, he's also racist. That's fun. That's great.
man in government throughout the world, I have no use or utility
What?
for that type of ignorance and stupidity.
You're talking about ignorance when you're saying like all white people are bad. What the hell are you talking about?
And stupidity. Remove yourself or be removed.
Huh?
And then kill yourself. And
I
your family
thought he was doing it veiled the first time, but no, he's just telling them the game over. What the hell?
and your friends and all your associates.
Oh, he's gonna take out the whole line. Oof. That dude seems like either the most sane or the one that is actually batshit crazy and cleans his toothbrush with toilet water, lol. He's not the most sane. Yet somehow they have him in charge of the bills, which kinda
Papachu to many is an even
that goes as
stranger
well as
character
you
than
expect.
Sophia. It seemed that any time Papachu was on screen, he would
Yeah,
be
race baiters are just either direction. Just any race baiters. It's dumb as shit. It's dumb as shit.
All your associates.
Papachu to many is an even stranger character than Sophia. It seemed that any time Papachu was on screen, he would be doing something.
Oh yeah, because based on like his teeth, because didn't he have a few teeth left? He's got worse teeth than Pippa, and that's pretty impressive. Yeah, all of them ignorant and useless race baiters. Yeah.
Out of the norm.
And every nation.
Yeah, no, I think Pippa's teeth are better than this guy's.
Is to print $999 zillion.
What? Races, especially the horse kind. Oh, racing horses. Okay, there we go. There we go. Worse teeth than Pippa. I mean, look at his teeth. I know that Pippa has bad teeth, but like, still.
Every nation is to print $999 zillion and wait for further instructions. And
why do you want to cause hyperinflation and have like all currencies collapse? What's the purpose of that? How jacked up are Pippa's teeth? Pretty dang bad from what I remember. Pretty dang bad. I maybe I'll look into like a compilation of Pippa's teeth discussions after this.
Wait for my instructions. My teeth are going to grow back. I'm 58. I'm 58 years old, and I am teething right now.
Dude.
I am teething, beginning at age
Dude.
16.
Oh no.
Smoking and
oh god, where's this going?
Illegal. Anyone 16 and older can visit.
Yeah, no, that's not how teeth work.
And smoke.
Okay.
Prostitution is to be legalized.
Oh no.
I want the streets full of prostitutes.
Oh no.
I have my reasons.
Oh, what's that?
Make it happen, government.
Why?
Around the world.
The green crosses thing to ward off the police I found particularly strange, and they definitely didn't work.
There are stem cell experiments testing teeth regrowth, though? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Here's kind of what's going on a little bit. So we're obviously here to do a welfare check on him, okay? He also does have a felony warrant out for his arrest. So we're not meeting. We're going to try to obviously get him out here peacefully.
So either way, he has to go.
Yes.
He needs to go, but I don't want him to be mad with you guys because you didn't do anything.
So that's why we got everybody out of the house because we.
Put a lot of white lead researchers. Are you saying that he wouldn't accept the teeth because of that?
Donald, I need you to come out, okay? Police department, you're being detained after your leave. You have a warrant. Oh, police department, you have a warrant for your arrest. I need you to step out, okay?
Come over here, Donald.
I can't do that. You have a warrant. I can't do that. You do not comply. Force will be used against you. This is the Albuquerque Police Department. We're police officers.
You gonna tase him? That could be fun.
You are under arrest. You're not free to leave. Okay? We need you to comply with us. We don't want to have to use force against you. 40. 40. You have a warrant for your For what? Kidnapping. For kidnapping.
Not from one of them. Oh, won't accept the teeth.
Right now, take your hands out of your pockets and step forward. I need to put my pants on. No, you need to follow our commands. You need to come out now. If you don't follow our commands, force may be used against you. Again, we're officers of safety. We need you to follow our commands, and we can ensure your safety. But at this point,
almost looks like the kitchen almost reminds me of my old dorm. Well, not dorm, like apartment, university apartment type thing.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I need a cigarette. Okay, we'll get you another one, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, need some pants. Probably, yeah.
Where's my pen? Put it right there. Where is it? In the parking lot. We just told them they can go back inside. Oh, okay. Can you push my glasses up? Absolutely, sir.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, step out. We'll get you inside. Get you taken care of, okay?
Papachew's been arrested multiple
That's
times.
a picture.
There was one for failure to appear in court.
The reason why.
Oh boy.
I didn't go to court.
Yeah, no, Tofia Chu's a lot more complex. There's like angles here, and we haven't talked about. There's still a lot to talk about. From the little that I do know, I know there's an eviction saga, and I know that they find out what she likes watching, for her Coomer time, and it's controversial.
Is that I was on social media making love to a girl.
Those teeth.
He was arrested.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Making love to a girl.
He was arrested.
What? What? Did you tell the judge that? What?
Arrested another time for false imprisonment
Oh,
when he wouldn't
smile.
let his family leave the house. He was arrested another time for aggravated assault. He just
my
always seemed to be
gosh.
getting in trouble with the police. The family relied on Papachew's disability money to help pay the rent, but Papachew wasn't the best with money.
We're screwed.
It's weird how all of us are products of our upbringing in ways we don't always fully understand. Very true, very true. What woman is Snaggletooth smashing? Apparently Tofia's mom.
What? He hasn't been paying the rent. We owe $2,000.
Oof. Seriously though, whose idea was it to have him pay the rent? That seems like a bad idea.
3-day notice of non-payment. I told you they were.
Also, hopefully he ends up under the jail if what he's saying is true. Yeah. Ooh, okay, I think I remember that she liked watching anime boys, right? No, not anime. She likes the real ones. She likes the real ones. She likes the real teenage Asian men. And then people get it's like, how teenage are we talking here is the debate.
Piling it up.
Why?
Because they added up because of COVID. We owe a lot of rent.
I mean, basically, I think she unironically does like the K-pop boys.
It piled up.
The website that said we didn't know anything.
Well, we owe that.
Oh boy.
I told you he wasn't paying the rent.
Tofia
Oh
and
my
her family
gosh.
would eventually be told that they had to leave their apartment.
Again, why did you trust him to pay the rent? He didn't seem like like that would be the best idea. Who doesn't like the K-pop boys though? I don't know. I've never listened to K-pop. My dad's kind of obsessed with Korea though. Like I heard a lot of Gangnam Style. Does that count actually? That might be the only K-pop I've heard, if that counts. I've heard a lot of Gangnam Style because my dad was a military brat, so he's born in Korea, so he insists that he's Asian as like a joke. We aren't Asian, but he doesn't say he's Asian. He says he's Korean, and he insists it because apparently his mom would be kind of mean and say and would say that he was adopted when he was younger. So there's some more lore, I guess.
They were loud, the place was a mess, they weren't paying rent on time, Papachu had been burning things
Yeah, the only thing I've heard is Gangnam Style of K-pop, I guess.
inside the home, but Tofia and her mother believed that they were evicted for a different reason.
People are mad that I have 200,000 followers. People are mad that I can go live every day on TikTok and they can't. That's why I'm evicted, because people are mad. Wow.
What?
And
I need to try Korean barbecue. There's quite a few by where I live, but I've never tried it. I've heard it's good though.
everyone knows that. People have made videos stating that.
Oh yeah? Obsessed with Japan because of the arcades? I kind of want to try out their Fate arcade game thing, but bad idea for me.
Yeah, on TikTok and they can't.
Yeah.
That's why I'm evicted, because people are mad. Wow. And everyone knows that. People have made videos stating that.
No, you caused us to be homeless.
In other videos, Tofia has explained that people had sent her apartment manager videos of what her father was doing in his lives, mainly burning things, and this was the reason why they were actually kicked out.
Burning.
They may have been evicted,
oh my gosh,
but the family had no problem staying past their eviction date.
So hi guys, this video is going to be very serious. I'm going to talk about a GoFundMe that I have. If you want to know more, you can
that
read
actually sounds
the
really good.
description there. But basically, I had a neighbor who had
Meat
been stalking
Paradise?
me, posting videos and literally filming my apartment without my knowledge.
If I don't remember if Korean restaurants do it too, but sometimes you can get like a teddy bear and they'll like put it on the other side so that you'll have a friend while you're eating. Like I had a friend, I think he went to like a sushi place and they gave him a teddy bear because he was like having a big old thing of sushi by himself, so they gave him a teddy bear on the other side.
Read the description there. But basically, I had a neighbor who had been stalking me, posting videos and literally filming my apartment without my knowledge and posting it on TikTok. That is not the only thing they did. They worked with a troll who also lives here, who I don't know who that is.
Why do so many
got me evicted.
them live there?
Due to the eviction, people have been making videos about me online, making fun of the situation and making jokes about the situation.
Of course they would.
Which this is not a fun situation. I recently
the internet will joke about literally anything
and had several people at
soon those stuffies will be actual robots, sadly? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Comic-Con stalked me. One person who posted a video taking a picture of me while I'm sitting somewhere at Comic-Con behind my back. This has been a very stressful time for me. So if you do have the
I'd eat lunch with the stuffed animal. I mean, I still sleep with one because I'm a child. But yeah.
Time, please go to the description and read exactly why.
Yeah, no, for society it's concerning. With like, at least if you're talking about like chatbots type thing. Because having like the kind of replacement social interaction, which would probably just make people more and more antisocial, which makes it even harder to find like real contact with people instead of like this idealized like pseudo relationship, if that makes sense.
It's been a very stressful time for me. So if you do have the time, please go to the description and read exactly why we need moving assistance. And I would greatly appreciate if you guys could share the link and share my GoFundMe.
Eventually they would move into a motel, but not long after moving they would get swatted.
Did you guys see the name?
Eventually they would.
Tofia Chu Asian Fetish. Reminds me of there's someone, I forget if it's on YouTube or somewhere else, where they're called like Amberlynn's hair cockroach.
Would move into a motel, but not long after moving they would get swatted. One of the biggest moments for Tofia was when she did a live stream with another TikToker known as Aunt Karen, who pretends to be a judge on TikTok. Tofia did not have an easy time on there. She would be called out for some of the things she had said in the past.
Okay, Tofia, there's a whole video of you saying everything that you've denied right now. Of you saying
they didn't even spell it right. Maybe someone had already taken it, or they were like so excited to get that name they misspelled it.
Of you saying the racial slurs. Of you saying
I've never, when people literally ask me about the transphobic slur, I always tell them yes.
What?
There is a video.
Wait, what? Did I miss something?
Of you saying the racial slurs, of you saying...
I've never, when people literally ask me about the transphobic slur, I always tell them
What?
yes.
What did you say?
There is a video out there. Yes, I did say that, but I did tell people that
What did you say?
was not using, I'm not going to use the word again now that I know it's not a good word.
What did you say?
She was called out for racist comments, but explained people had actually just clipped her live streams without context to make it look like she was racist. Everything was brought up, and Tofia definitely struggled to deal with it.
Like, people are gonna. What about the Asian corn then? What about the Asian tea?
I forgot you need to fight for nicknames. Yeah.
Corn.
I wanna actually ask about that. That is not edited because there is a screen recording from your live.
Can you show us where it says
Oh, boy.
Asian teen corn here? Does it say that?
There we go.
Right here.
There we go. Now we got it. Bundle of sticks is my guess? Huh?
Cut off. It says teen Asian and it's cut off.
But okay, this is
Bundle of sticks is your guess for like the thing that she said, or oh, like the. Wait, no, but that wouldn't be transphobic. That would be like that'd be for the. That would be for just gay, right? If I understand what you're saying correctly, but it's like a British term for like a cigarette.
Videos. But it's an X video. So X video, assuming then that's X, that's not a something we can. That's not PG. Sophia, I see the teen corn there. You were looking at Asian teen corn. So for whatever reason you were doing that. Now you're sitting here. You did spend money.
Oh, I see so much corn.
Going to Comic-Con, you wasted money going.
Ooh, Adam West, Batman. This is the good shit. This is the best Batman. Might not be because that's homophobic, but weren't they saying something racist? No, they said that there was a transphobic slur, and then they also said that there's racism. So I'm not sure which slurs she was supposedly using. Yeah, the Asian teen porn. Also, remember how she's getting evicted? Guess where they went, even though they're getting evicted.
Going to Comic-Con when you could have when you could have put the money towards your moving costs. I don't think anyone should give you money to move. I don't think anybody should do that. And if you do give her money to move, that's on you. That's what I think. I think you're scamming people.
Yeah, because she went to the Comic-Con, the local Comic-Con. I think in Arizona. I think she's in Arizona, Lolcows. And they went and just hung out. And I don't know if they also like bought merch and stuff.
Tofia, don't do that. Tofia, don't do that.
Oh
Tofia,
no!
Don't do
She's
that.
sad.
Tofia, don't do that.
She's sad.
Tofia.
Hey, I thought Tuxedo Mask was of age. Isn't Tuxedo Mask of age, but like Sailor Moon isn't? Isn't that how it works? Because I thought that Tuxedo Mask was like in college or something, and like Sailor Moon is like 14. I could be misremembering this, but I think it's like a cultural difference thing where it's acceptable.
I need you to understand what we're trying to do here. Tofia, come down on you harsh. I'm not trying to come down on you harsh. Unmute your mic so we can talk about this. I want you to understand why this is happening and where this is coming from. What we don't
Do you guys think this is performative? Because I'm assuming this is performative.
What to happen is people to be.
Also, she here in Arizona. Wait, I was joking, but now I don't want to look it up. Yeah? Oh, what? You don't want to look up the Sailor Moon thing? Because I remember it being pretty messed up. Damn, I just realized people might think I'm like 24/7 cooming because I am on Google Apps like a ton of times because of books. Oof.
Sending you money. You have the ability, Tofia. Listen, I'm gonna drop you, Space Kid. I'm gonna drop you here. Tofia, unmute your mic. You're
no, because then you know how much harder it is to fake cry with sound. She needs to mute it.
Unmute your mic.
Look, she can't even get the tears. Maybe I'm being uncharitable here, but I'm assuming that this is an act.
Tofia, this was not my intent. I listen. All right. Hopefully she joins back.
All the corn.
I'm gonna just go
more
ahead
corn.
And
It's coming.
Obviously, that was
so much corn.
Not my intent to make anybody
corn
cry,
harvest.
to make anybody get upset. At the end of the day, What we have here is somebody asking for money to help them move. You went
definitely
to
fake crying.
Comic-Con.
Okay,
you are
cool.
now in a position where you cannot afford to move. You are now saying that you need other people help when it has been obvious, in my opinion, that you are doing this out of scamming people. For whatever reason, you have the ability to get a full-time job. You have the ability to to help yourself out.
What is she doing
whatever's
here?
happening on a personal side with your family, I'm sorry. There's nothing that I can do about that. But what I don't want to happen
Is this acting
is people to
over
send
here?
money to
Is
somebody
this
who
a
is
different
going
freak
to
out?
scam them. I will not approve of that here. I will not approve of that anywhere else. I hope that you do get the help that you need. I hope that people look at this and are able to make their own decisions. I cannot stop anybody
So much
for
corn.
sending her money. If you choose to send her money,
How much is
please
that
go
corn
ahead
worth?
and do. But as here, I don't think anybody should. I really don't. That's how I'm reading it. Court is dismissed.
Toffee
I guess
is a classic
drama court.
lolcow, lies, poor hygiene, reacts to haters.
350? Really? Maybe. How trolls think it's like in heaven after they harass someone thinking it's all fun and games and harassing just one more person couldn't hurt? What? You wouldn't be if you're saying they won't get to heaven. What are you talking? What?
But when she reacts, it's
I
never a
figured you were
strong,
joking, but
threatening
that'd be
reaction like
funny.
she thinks it is. It's usually a reaction that makes her detractors just laugh at her more.
So I suggest you take several showers before you step outside, because you don't even, like, some of y'all don't even know that you're supposed to be washing your ass correctly.
I thought that you
Like
had
other
that issue.
lolcows, she thinks she's better than her audience, but she's lazy, she can't take any responsibility.
I didn't want to make a GoFundMe because
Oh boy.
I knew that people would call me a scammer or all types of stuff. There were several people that encouraged me to make a GoFundMe. They said, ignore the haters, make a GoFundMe.
Lolcows love to threaten to quit YouTube as well.
Yeah, no, it's Arizona.
I'm seriously considering just deleting my account. I no longer want it.
Lolcows also love to threaten to end things permanently.
Yeah.
My mom said my account was my income, but I don't want it. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live anymore.
That's why you stay inside, fair enough.
But just like most lolcows that I've covered before, there were brief moments where I would feel some sympathy for her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, generally that's how all locals are, where you feel some sympathy. If she didn't want to make a GoFundMe, then she could have just gotten a job. Well, she got fired from her last job for hygiene issues, so maybe she just didn't want to deal with it again.
I heard she had open heart surgery, and I thought, oh,
what?
That's a really scary thing. That couldn't have been nice for her. But then I saw that she was ordering just...
At the ASPCA, we give a voice to the voiceless. We fight for those who can't.
Don't show me a sad poodle.
That's why we
oh my gosh, reminds me of my own dog. Stop it.
Garbage food while she was there. And since being in hospital, she's made no effort to get healthier.
Bro, what? She reminds me of the sloth from the Goonies. Oh, she reminds me of the sloth from the Goonies, but with a wig. Oof. The animatronics have a bit of a funky smell after her shift. Oh no.
Just happy to stay unhealthy. There was one thing that did make me think, oh god, poor Torfia.
There was some people here with a big
like having her dad.
I was sitting here, the door was cracked open.
Getting DoorDash while recovering from your open heart surgery in your 20s is wild. Yeah, no, it's like, what the hell, bro?
There was one thing that did make me think, oh god, poor Torfia.
There was some people here with a big black dog, right? I was sitting here, the door was cracked open, and I hear, like, two dogs fighting, like, attacking each other, and I said, that's Hershey, because I recognize Hershey's growl anywhere. I got up to go out the door to look. This black thing went that way, this black thing went this way, Hershey went this way. I opened the door, and there's this big dog chasing Hershey.
Poor Hershey.
I went real quick to close the door, right? Because I said, I have to close this door, this dog is gonna come back in. Like, I have to hurry up and close this. So I went to close it real quick. The dog busted the door open, threw my mom on the floor. My mom's on the floor, having a hard time trying to get up.
What is happening?
This dog, I don't know if it was before or after, had leaped over the bed. I can't remember because everything was happening
What
so
happened
fast.
to this poor dog?
I bent down because I had Hershey's leash to pick up Hershey. And Hershey broke out of her collar, leaped out of the room, went running, and she died, right? I was trying to make sure this dog wasn't going to eat any other animals or eat anything else, right? I didn't have anything on because I did, but I mean my, like, pajamas, whatever, I had that. And so I had to hurry up rushing the dress to go chase after my dog that ran. But yeah,
Okay.
Hershey's gone. She's...
Wait. Wait, what? Please tell me that Hershey just escaped. Please tell me that Hershey just escaped. Please tell me this doesn't end a different way. Please tell me that Hershey just escaped. Oh no.
I tried I couldn't to save her, and I couldn't. She's been gone for a whole week.
Okay, this is new. What the hell? I didn't know. Oh god.
She's been gone for more than a whole week almost. I tried everything I could to save my dog.
Baby! Oh! Hershey I wanted Hershey to escape, not escape in this way. No. This was a good pupper in a bad situation. What the hell?
And she's missing.
Oh, she's missing. Oh, thank God. Oh God, she's just missing. Oh, thank God. Please just escape and get a better home. Okay, I was scared. Okay. We might be entering happy ending. It's fine. We're good. We're fine. We're fine.
It's because I have to hear that over and over again. Replaying in my head that I believe you unalived your dog. I didn't do anything to my dog. And it's not
I mean, you did abuse the dog at several points, but...
If you unalived your dog, I didn't do anything to my dog. And it's not fair. And there's nothing I can do about it. I called the lawyer and he said, we'll call you back. And I had to sit there and hear that I killed my dog. That literally you put that out there on the internet for people to think.
Why are you talking about a lawyer?
Dog.
Oh my gosh, puppy.
That's what makes me not want to be here. That's what makes me think I would be better off dead.
Oof. I think Hershey's okay though.
I had a lot of sympathy at first.
From my understanding.
Oh, a dog ran away. That's awful.
Yeah, the dog just ran away. We're fine. She's probably gonna try to sue people that said she killed the dog. Bro, that probably wouldn't go great. But I think Hershey just escaped. So if anything, this might be a good thing for Hershey. Because honestly, anywhere looks better than this place, to be honest.
Remembered how she and her family couldn't even be asked to walk.
Defamation, oof, yeah.
So I lost all my sympathy for Tofia, and I just thought, oh, poor dog, never mind, Tofia. She is a new lolcow for me, but just like with the other recent lolcows I've been made aware of, I'll keep an eye on what Tofia does in the future, and no doubt I'll make more videos about her as well. So thanks for watching, everybody.
I really,
James,
really
what's
hope.
the update on the American client? Good job. And you? Did you make the sale yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Good girl.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh, not the shirt.
I need you to listen to me.
Oof. Now they're making a second smile, of course they are.
Really bad.
Okay. I'm hoping that Hershey just escaped. Yeah. Didn't realize that Hershey ran away. Thank God. Hope that dog's in a loving home now. Yeah, no, I'm hoping that Hershey just escaped good. But yeah. Oof. Let's see what else he's got recently. A lot of Amber stuff. Who's the scabies girl? Like, give me a name and I can probably find a good video. Who's the... No, I know Elphaba is pretty gross. I wouldn't be surprised if it had scabies. I know that Daniel Larson has scabies. Let me see if I can find stuff on Pippa's teeth in the meantime. Pippa's teeth videos. Teeth. Missing teeth. Teeth lore. Scabies is Okay, it is Alphaba. Okay, let me grab that real quick. But scabies, well, I guess you're gonna learn what it is real quick. But if I remember correctly, it's bugs getting under your skin. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend looking up pictures of it. If I remember correctly, it's bugs getting under your skin, and it's very gross. And you need to have really bad hygiene to get them. I haven't seen this one yet. Oh god. Oh god, more than Tofia? Holy shit, because he didn't put a warning on the Tofia one.
Shit away from me. I can't do it anymore.
Oi. We gotta rage. I mean, if you're desensitized to the scabies, then yeah. Why was there a dive there? What? WWE? It was really... Yeah, maybe don't look up pics. It was really funny. I was telling a friend of mine about Tusk. And about, like, how the idea of Tusk horrified me. And of course, as I'm describing, like, the gross body horror, he looks it up immediately and is like, ah! Why is there, like, an ear over there and that over there? And it's like, why did you look it up? I told you it was gross body horror. If you didn't want to see gross body horror, why the hell did you look that up? That's on you. I warned you. You know? And, if you guys are not also musical theater nerds like me, the reason why it's the Wicked Witch is because Alphaba, which is a reference to L. Frank Baum, who wrote The Wizard of Oz, is the protagonist of the musical Wicked, where it turns out that the Wicked Witch was just misunderstood the whole time. And it's really good, and the music is great. And they're gonna do... Oh, let me like this before I forget. And they're gonna make a stupid one with, like, Ariana Grande for some reason. And I'm not gonna watch it, probably. I'm desensitized from a lot of things, but the one that I'm not desensitized to is like an open cadaver. I lost my lunch that day. Oof. That... Depending on, like, the length of time they've been a cadaver, I could see that being very gross.
I never chose to call myself Alphaba, by the way. It was a natural, spiritual thing, okay? My mum called me Alphaba when I came out as trans.
For the love of God, don't ruin this character for me. Please. Please.
Me once, I don't know if I actually told you this.
Why do you find it funny to hurt someone like that?
Can I wear it?
Thank theater nerd for the win? I mean, yeah. I can use my stuff here. It's like whenever ponies come up. Because there's always brony stuff that happens with, like, horrible dramas. And it's like my time in the brony analysis community, watching that as a kid, has now come to help me here. And the same is true for musical theater for some reason. Skin stuff and insect stuff gets me. I can deal with dead bodies, cadavers. I've had to cut up my share. Not lab mice. Don't kill me! Don't kill me! But yeah, no, skin stuff and insects. Mixing, not my thing.
Call the police. Can you call the police, please?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Theater's so good. As long as it's a good show. Don't come after me. I don't like Hamilton. I don't like the genre of music. I only liked The King, and that was it. Everything else didn't really like it. We're gonna see a lot of theater and fake crying, I'm assuming.
It was easy for me to feel sympathy for Alphaba when I first started researching her. From the outside looking in, without having much knowledge, it can look like she gets bullied for looking different and acting a little strangely. But it didn't take me long to understand why she's as...
Snowflake in his cow outfit. Was this the same time he was recording for the Amber stuff? Because he wore the same outfit for the Amber stuff. Hamilton is good, but very overrated. Yes, it's extremely overrated in my opinion. If you like that type of music, I can see liking it, but I think that it's like, I don't know. People were acting like it was the second coming or something.
Disliked as she is online. As a kid, Alphaba became obsessed.
In terms of like hyped musicals, I prefer Hadestown. That's more my jam.
I long to understand why she's as disliked as she is online. As a kid, Alphaba became obsessed.
Then again,
with
I also just really like Greek mythology.
The main character, Alphaba.
Oh boy.
Alphabet loved.
And I used to have a niece that loved ponies, and the only episode I remember from the show was the Communist Pony Mark episode. Which one? Part 1 or part 2? Because there's 2 parts of it. And the great part is they use like actual brainwashing techniques in it. It's hilarious. I love that episode. It's good. It's not better than Les Mis. Yeah.
To perform whenever she got the chance.
Oh, that was so fun! That was scary.
She would start to make videos on TikTok of her singing songs from the musical, and would even enter a talent show with a friend.
Oof. Don't make jokes, don't make jokes, don't make jokes! I can't make jokes.
The talent show her and her friend Jack had entered was called Autism's Got Talent.
Don't make jokes, don't make jokes! Don't make jokes, oh no! I can't control myself. Ugh. Probably both though, yeah, because it was. I think it was the season opener or the season finale. I think it's the season opener. So generally they have 2 parts for those. Because I think the finale had Starlight come back again.
Meaning that you've got autism. Obviously.
Well, like, wait, hold on. Did you get diagnosed or like what?
It's a theater title and a half.
I was diagnosed in 2021 by a professional.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
It was a good thing Alphabet was diagnosed, otherwise she couldn't have entered the competition.
Oh boy.
I lied about being diagnosed with autism, correct?
Am I allowed to make jokes then? If you lied about being autistic, am I allowed to make autistic jokes at you now? Because you faked it? Because I'm trying to be nice here. Why not America's autism?
This reminds me of an episode of South.
Yeah, this is literally because isn't it where like, if I remember correctly, like Cartman like plays it up, and like all the other special needs kids are like normal-ish. They just have like some physical disabilities, and like Cartman's just being an ass. That's what this reminds me of.
About being diagnosed with autism, correct?
This reminds me of an episode of South Park where Cartman lies about being disabled to enter the Special Olympics. That's how insane Elphaba's lie was.
Oh,
to be fair
boy.
to Elphaba, she did admit she was wrong, which was refreshing for me because I'm used to covering Lolcows who can't admit the mistakes. Always looking for a way out. Always trying to blame somebody else.
And I'm going to be very honest.
Oh boy.
You know, Jack told me he never had a gig before. And if I didn't go on Autism's Got
It's
Talent,
all
he'd get
Jack's fault.
So upset. I would
All
basically
their
be like,
fault.
He'd be like, no, you've ruined my chances of being on the stage and stuff like that. I did say to him, this doesn't feel right to go on the show because I'm not diagnosed. He said,
oh boy,
if I don't go on the show, he would have a meltdown.
Blaming Jack for
Dude.
entering a talent show is ridiculous, but it wouldn't be
Dude.
the only thing she would blame Jack for.
I felt very controlled. I had to go to hospital visits every
Oh,
7 hours.
come on.
I waited with him. I was in hospital with him for 7 hours. I couldn't
Dude.
look after a 17-year-old. I felt like I really couldn't do it. Hence why I wasn't looking after myself. I was not washing myself. I
Really?
didn't clean my teeth. I was focusing on Jack.
Was
Dude,
Alphaba's lack of hygiene
what?
Jack's fault? Or was she just an all-round dirty individual?
Ah!
I'm very insecure about my teeth and I struggle to clean my teeth. I don't know why, but I'm scared about it. So Sarah,
Yeah, no, definitely not. It's all Jack's fault. Jack is the bad guy. It's all Jack's fault.
I don't know why, but I'm scared about it. So Sarah, hold on.
No.
Okay, that's diarrhea. Oh my goodness, no, don't shit.
Why did you post this?
Oh, okay.
Was this live? Did you post this? That you are freaking soaking out your pants with, like, Chipotle juice. Oh. What? Why? Why?
No,
Why?
it's not. It feels like a hot fart. Oh god.
I won't. God, why? Okay, I'm feeling kind of sick. Okay. Oh god. Oh god.
My ass is on fire. I've got ring sting. I have lice in my hair. I've just seen a video. What?
Oh my gosh. Am I?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh my
Stop
god.
moving. These aren't. They haven't got legs. Look.
Snowflake have mercy. Snowflake have mercy. Is there like a skip? Oh my god. Oh my god. Every day we stray further from God's light? Yes. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting to get this grossed out by it. Okay, I'm gonna half listen to this. We'll see how this goes.
I'll show you. Okay, so she farts. We all do that. She's had head lice. We've all had that.
I haven't had head lice yet. What? There are restaurants I don't go to because of incidents. Oh god. I had a friend who had a Taco Bell. It was our university Taco Bell, so maybe that's why it was a little bit more sketchy. But the dude had to bite a towel because it would get so painful. And the thing is, he'd go back. It's like, dude, stop. It doesn't taste that good, I swear.
Probably when you were a kid, but again, we've all had that. Not brushing your teeth. Okay, maybe people miss that now and again. It happens. And I'm sure we've all shit in a bag at one point in our lives as well.
Shit in a bag? Holy shit. Yeah, you're almost never fazed by that? Yeah. Oh, you never had head lice, but you've always had really short hair. I mean, I had really long hair, but I was just like super paranoid and wouldn't like take anyone's hats or like hair things. So maybe that helped me out.
Johnny, thank you. I just got over Turk. My account was
Oh god, what?
Yeah, we got back. Oh, Alpha, sweetheart. I just had to look at that, sweetheart.
Oh my god, why?
Affected.
Snowflake saved me. Snowflake, have mercy, Snowflake.
I don't have one.
Actually, watching her back now, it's not a bag, is it? She's looking for a bag, but she's got the poop in what looks to be those clear gloves you can get. Anyway, whatever it is, having a lolcow poop in something and show their audience, present it, is a new one for me. I thought I'd seen it all, but I'm still learning. I thought poop in a glove.
Oh, nothing works.
Pooping in a glove.
Hi.
Oh, Lord.
I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology.
Or bag. Nothing's going to be as gross as that. Wrong.
Snowflake, no, please, have mercy. We're only 5 minutes into this. Don't kill me.
Elphaba had gotten scabies.
Okay,
Scabies is an
we're in the
itchy
scabies
skin
part.
rash caused by tiny burrowing mites. That's what Dr. Google told me anyway. Apparently having scabies isn't caused by poor hygiene, so we can't blame her for that one. But we can have a problem with what she did when she had scabies.
What? In elementary school, you measured your lunch table spot? In high school, I didn't have a lunch table spot. Because I used to have friends from middle school, and we all sat at a table together. And then one day, they moved and never told me. And then I decided to just and then someone else took the table, so I just sat on the floor and ate my lunch there. Good times. I remember I was a very weird kid in elementary school. Well, yeah, I mean, I was also one of the weird kids, so I get that.
I can't use the facilities in the house because I'll spread my scabies. So I can't cook. I have to order in. Hello, I'm asking for some advice. Can I go outside with scabies?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sorry?
Wait, what? How did I? Okay, I was reading Spoon's thing about marking a square and keeping everyone out, but what? They said you almost burned down your school. What? That's so sad, little rat VTuber. It's fine. It's fine. I have a lot of stories like that. Paper clips and power outlets are bad combos. Yes, that's true. Why are we talking about this? Do you guys remember? I think it was TikTok or was it Vine, where they kept on trying to put pennies into power outlets, and then we're surprised when horrible things happened. I remember that.
I've got the cream for your pharmacy, right? And I was wondering, can I go outside with scabies on day 3?
I mean, you can, but it's ideal not to be in contact with other people, so everything you touch. So wear gloves, you know, the latex gloves.
Oh, she could borrow a pair of those gloves that she got from her mate.
Oof.
The gloves she did.
Hey Rusty, how are you doing today? We're going over some Lolcows, and also apparently our traumatic childhoods a little bit. So that's fun. Well, not necessarily the traumatic parts, mainly just our quirks, but still.
Shit in. The pharmacy didn't sound too keen on her leaving the house.
Oh, I mean, you can.
I would have stayed home if I had scabies. Nice excuse to stay at home.
Why
for
didn't
me.
you just
But
tell
nah,
Alphabet to stay home and not
straight
spread
out.
the scabies?
Didn't bother with the gloves either. She then went to a restaurant, and somebody watching her live at
No.
the restaurant called
Nah, it was magnifying glass and chalk. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
them up and said, "You know you've got somebody in there with scabies, don't you?"
Hello, darling.
Take away your chalk. Oh no! Oh no!
And said, "You know you've got somebody in there with scabies, don't you?"
Hello,
Oh
darling.
my gosh. Yeah. Quirky quirks.
Oh.
At least I don't have scabies, I guess.
What's this on the phone? Let's talk to them. Let's talk to who's on the phone. I know who they are. It's someone here, isn't it?
Oh,
so
boy.
I'm live right now, obviously, and
Dude.
I'm on TikTok, and I'm just vlogging, eating, and just chilling.
Spoon
so
no.
what's the problem with that? Live for love? Yeah. Scabies. Yes, correct.
Oh my
The
gosh.
second-hand cringe I felt watching this. Ugh. I don't know if it was a troll or not. I assume it is, but it might have been somebody just genuinely concerned that
Yeah.
there's somebody in there spreading this thing around. She could have easily have spread it around the city. She could have been patient zero.
Microscopic bugs that are just gonna bite you. And they can pass from fabric. Like if you sit on a tube, right, they'll pass on to you as well.
Alphabet knew the dangers and she still chose to go out. So maybe the person who called the restaurant, maybe they weren't a troll, maybe they were just doing a good deed. Either way though, Alphabet was not best pleased.
At that point, even if it's trolling, that's a good deed. Fair enough. Also, like, how old were you? That might also help with your culpability.
It's not the virus. Scabies cannot kill you.
I mean, the coronavirus generally doesn't kill you. I'd rather have the goof than I'd have the little bugs burrowing under my skin. Then again, I don't have a pre-existing condition, so I think I'd be okay.
Scabies is a very unpleasant thing to have. And no, there was no one pregnant near me, okay? No one was pregnant near me. I said to the people beside me, I'm recovering from scabies. I have the cream on, I'm sat on the seat, can I sit? And they're like, fine, that's fine.
Can you just
as long as
wait?
you have contact with them, it's all good.
Okay, if you're 6 or 7, then that's fine.
I am entitled to go where the
I guess.
I want, thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I can kill someone immunocompromised. I'm saying, like, if you don't have a pre-existing condition.
Because I will not be...
Oh, are you saying that scabies could probably kill someone immunocompromised? Because I could probably... Maybe. I don't know.
I am entitled to go where the I want, thank you very much. Because I will not be sat in a box and be controlled by people and be told what to do like a child.
Well, you seem to be acting like a child wanting to go out instead of taking care of your little bug problem.
An adult, okay? You will not tell me what to do, any of you.
I don't think she can blame how she managed the scabies situation on her mate Jack. Can't blame him for that one. That friendship between the pair, that wouldn't last.
Yeah, they're parasites, so they can cause immune responses. I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway.
I'm not doing as much mine. I'm feeling define gravity right now because
I have that exact Xbox controller. And I don't even have an Xbox. I just like the feel of the controllers for when playing Steam games. Yeah, foreign things in body, which in fact can kill some people, yeah.
Ready for
I know, but I don't want to do that one. You've done it 3 times.
Okay, I'm not gonna...
You can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't want to practice the song, which we'll be literally performing.
I want to do Define Gravity.
You've done it 3 times.
I know.
What?
And I really don't want that right now.
Okay.
Alphabet didn't need Jack anyway. She had plenty of other friends. One of those other friends was a woman named Chelsea, also known as CLA, also known as the woman Alphabet showed her poop to.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're listening. Your phone was ringing when I was ringing it and you didn't answer it. Both of your phones seem to be dead.
Oh, God.
Nah, go away, man. You didn't answer my call, man. Don't think you're putting your on me, darling.
Oh, my gosh. They're so British.
Darling. I know what time it is, darling.
Everyone is so British. Holy cow.
Fuck my yard. Do what you want. Stay here.
They are friends, best friends, and poop friends. Oh my gosh.
As long as you want. Do what you want.
Everyone is so British, holy cow.
Celia's main issue with Elphaba was all of the money she had spent on her.
And a drink. And a £43 drink as well.
I paid £180. I paid £20 in 2 taxis.
Your gifters paid for that.
I've had to tell you to buy me food. I had to tell you. I said, get your money out and buy me food.
Huh.
Your gifters paid for that.
I'm here for the British. Do you like the British? Yeah, everyone is so British and cringe.
You're the one who invited us back. You are the one who invited us back. Yes.
Yes, and I'm telling you now to stop being loud and buy me a pizza. It's the least you can do. Don't even care. No respect. Oh, Chelsea, are you alright? You're back. This, that. Don't even clean up. Just messes up the place.
No, that's a lie. I've cleaned up in the kitchen.
Did you?
Neither, so don't eat burgers in my house. No, I'm not having it.
I have not shat in your toilet.
You will go to a public toilet.
Okay, was it only the glove? You only shat in the glove and not the toilet? Because I feel like the glove is worse.
Do not talk to me like that. Do not talk to me like that.
Well, Will, after last time...
No, do not talk to me like that. I will stand up for myself on that.
Oh boy.
Well, you get the idea with that. I don't think it matters that Celia was annoyed over how much she had spent on Elphaba. I'm sure they would have just found another reason to fall out soon after this. I get the feeling that Elphaba and her friends can only deal with situations by shouting.
You're horrible.
Yeah.
You're like trying to yap.
British shouting. So much shouting.
Come in person, talk to me. You know what I mean? Come at me. You're the one who actually makes trans people. You called me a witch.
What's funny about all the British is that I was just playing Assassin's Creed 3. Isn't that where you fight the British? Isn't that where you're like the American Revolution?
Darling.
Oh my god. This is a freaking reality show. Oh yeah? Perfect.
Well, you get the idea with that. Another person connected to Elphaba who communicates by screaming.
Oh boy.
This was another friend of Elphaba's named Mama Kaz. This falling out was a little different to the falling out with Celia because of what happened after the fallout.
When you send someone a cease and desist, a letter of claim, it has to be done in person. That's number 1. L for you to take. Number 2, Gargamel. When you send someone a letter of claim...
I can't really speak on this because I don't know about the British legal system.
Or cease and desist, you have to put their legal name, which you have addressed me as the individual who operates TikTok handle Mamakaz 2.0.
Okay.
You're so stupid. Why did you even do this, darling?
Merca!
According to the individual known as Mama Kaz, Elphaba tried to scare her with a cease and desist letter.
And these are the people, still they come here and arrest us for offensive memes. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, aren't they like arresting people for offensive memes now? Because British people suck. And
That's fantastic.
they
I've
hate
never heard
liberty.
of a Lolcow doing that. That's really creative. A quality move from Elphaba there. Anyway, Elphaba didn't need Jack, she didn't need Celia, she didn't need Mama Kaz, because she had another friend, known as Evil Queen.
Oh boy.
Now, before I show you Evil Queen, I need you to remember that Elphaba's
How scared
mother
do I need to be?
is named Maria. Elphaba's mother is named Maria.
I still think they can come over here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, the meme police are out to stop the meme lords. It's because you need a license for that. Don't you know that? You need a license for memes.
Got it? Right. Here we go.
Guess what Elphaba's been doing?
I don't know, what's he been doing?
He's been sleeping with Maria. Elphaba's been slotting Maria.
Are they saying that this Alphaba person did a Christian? Don't do a Christian. What the? What? No one should ever do a Christian. What the hell? You gotta be knighted to be a meme lord, maybe? Maybe.
What?
Alphabet and Maria have been going together in the bed sheet.
Oh, EQ,
I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. The British license don't mean jack in America. Yeah. I'm the cowboy, I don't need no knighthood, yeah.
Make his own brother or sister.
Wait,
Elf
what?
was trying to make...
Oh, EQ, stop.
He's trying to get her pregnant. Elf was trying to make his own brother or sister.
I want to die. Go away! What? Not a steel horse? Oof. How you wanted?
But that's what's been happening.
This evil queen saying Elphaba was banging her mum. I don't know this evil queen as well as some watching this will. I don't believe evil queen believes what she's saying at all. She's just trying to cause drama. You can see it in her face. She doesn't believe what she's saying. They've just had a falling out and she's thought, okay, what's the worst thing I can say? Elphaba would obviously go on to deny these claims. It's all pretty ridiculous stuff. Speaking of the mother though, what was Elphaba's relationship with her actually like? Surely this relationship would be better than some of the friendships Elphaba's had.
No, but you're calling me.
Oh boy.
I know, but you're
when you get trolled and you go that far.
I know, but you're calling me.
It's just as bad.
I know, but you're
Oh my
calling me a
gosh, is that
hypocrite
because of the scabies or the skin? Ugh.
Even if I wasn't on.
Or is it just really bad acne? Because I didn't see the acne before.
Lie for that, I would still be calling you out for
It's
that.
always the mother? Yeah. Yeah.
That's not okay. You don't do that to someone. And do you know why?
I told you to turn the light off.
No, I'm not this time. Now I'm keeping it on because I feel unsafe. I know, but you have behavior sometimes.
So do you.
Correct.
So does everybody else.
But where do I?
It's kind of sad seeing people torch friendships. Even terrible people need friends.
Learn it from you.
Yeah, probably.
I've learned that behavior from you.
To some degree.
It is, darling.
I'd say that they don't need friends that encourage them to be worse, though. If they encourage them to be better, then yeah, they need friends. If it's like encouraging you towards like greater degeneracy, like the goon clown, then you don't need people like that.
I've learned it from you. No, I've learned it from you.
I sacrificed everything
and you abused me.
Face was clean.
Did you?
We're gonna do this, are we?
Oh yeah.
Or did she? I don't know about this.
Come on then.
Okay, you want me to start?
No.
Okay, what did you do? Or what did she do? Sorry, what?
Private life on a live.
And let me tell you something else. I'm sick to God of you
Yeah,
telling
no, positive friends. Yes, yeah, no, they need positive friends, and it helps you kind of become a better person with good friends.
Like you wish I was dead sometimes. I wish I was never born.
Boy.
Yeah, no, you said that to me. Nah, you said
yeah,
it.
Maybe I don't know.
You said it to me. You said it.
Oh,
you healed.
Yet another character in Elphaba's world who just loves a good shout. Elphaba's relationship with her mother is the saddest out of all the relationships we've seen so far because it's her mother. Arguing like that on live stream is nuts to me. It's a shame they argue like that because at times their relationship seemed quite nice.
You want to know? Let me put my shades on.
No, you don't.
No, look,
you don't have to explain.
Watch. See?
I wasn't prepared for that. What's with all the teeth? What between Papa Chew and this? What the hell? I need like the wholesomeness of Pippa's teeth compared to this. Holy cow. But the arguing is both people going into defense mode, so it's hard to judge how positive they are. Yeah.
Mum.
See, that's why I sound like I'm slurred. You understand? I'm not a drunk.
She isn't.
Thank you very much.
Everyone's putting hug
Yeah, no, British teeth for sure.
time.
Did you say so? What's wrong? Turn this off. Yeah, we'll turn
The gummy feeling is probably weird.
I get why people follow Elphaba. She doesn't seem like the nicest of people, but she's entertaining. And like most lolcows, almost everyone in her world seems pretty awful as well. Though I did find a clip of someone who seemed normal. A woman who didn't seem best pleased when Elphaba, out of nowhere, started telling her audience that she was suffering from Tourette's.
Why are you doing it?
Oh boy.
Oh, no, let me say this. So...
Oh gosh, more and more fake TikTok disorders.
Basically, I went to a GP, right? And
I'm not talking about autism, by the way.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, of course, absolutely understand.
So fake autism, also faking Tourette's?
So
Question mark?
sometimes I have anxiety, right? So I'm diagnosed with anxiety.
So it's like everyone.
Basically,
I have anxiety.
I squeak and jitter uncontrollably sometimes. I've done it off live. My mum has seen it herself. And I asked the doctor, is this Tourette's? And they said they're not 100% sure, so they had to put me in, TalkWorks. It's a service. Let me show you.
Before you carry on, can I just say that no GP would have said they weren't sure about Tourette's, because you have to be 12 months having tics to be called Tourette's. So there's no way any GP will have said to you,
Tourette's
we're not
mom
sure
gonna
if
get
that's
you.
Tourette's. If they thought you had tics, it would be a different story. But there's no way any GP
Are we gonna
said
get
to
another
you,
South Park reference here?
yeah, we're not sure
Yeah,
if that's
faked
Tourette's.
a lot of things.
It's just not, that's bollocks, mate. That's bollocks.
No, I was told this. I'm so sorry. I can show you my referral if you want to see.
I don't need to see referrals. The same as I wouldn't want anyone to ask for our referrals. But I do think that you really do need to reconsider the things that you share and the things that you say.
Again, is the arms because of scabies, or is this something else?
Community of people in various ways, and time you're apologizing for stuff, and you're not meaning what you're saying. Now, I've seen you on and off my For You page for quite some time, and I steer clear of all the drama, but now you've directly impacted my child who suffers with this disability. It's not a fashion statement, Alpha.
No, it's not.
If Alphabet has Tourette's, you're a doctor?
Do you reckon it was a lie, or could she have been telling the truth?
Oh, Tourette's. I've actually been referred to TalkWorks for something like that. You know, when I had my doctor's appointment for my back, I got referred there. I got referred then because I started ticking in the doctor's office, which was not fun. Accidentally.
Shit.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Oh, bless.
I can't.
Yeah,
sorry.
God, why?
I want to pause it live.
24 hours we was with each other, nothing. All of a sudden, she went like this, and I said, "What are you doing?"
The lips make me think of a Bratz doll. I'm just gonna say it.
She goes, "Oh."
Do you guys remember Bratz? Well, you guys are mostly dudes, aren't you? Oh well, Bratz, in my opinion, were very, very ugly. They're very ugly dolls.
She
Dr.
goes, "That's my Tourette's."
Oof.
Thank you for shopping at Tesco.
You are the Ritz, huh? Oh yeah, didn't they also have a cartoon show? But no, they were also dolls. And there was like a weird movie too.
No, but they're saying I'm faking my tics.
You still know of Bratz?
You're bringing
Okay.
us up right now yourself.
I've just realised Cartman lied about having Tourette's on
I was gonna
South Park.
say, was he gonna make another South Park reference? That's great.
This is how insane all of this is. That's the second Cartman-like thing she's done. Obviously, she was faking it. We didn't need a confession to know that, but we got one anyway.
It was wrong of me to say I had Tourette's. That was wrong. I'm very sorry for that because, you know, I tend to say things without thinking, and that is the thing I need to stop.
If you're unsure about what's a lie and what's the truth with Alphabet, just treat her like every other lolcow, assume everything she says is a lie, and you'll be fine.
I now officially have some bodyguards. No, I know. I am not famous. I don't ever claim to be famous.
Don't worry.
Doubt. What?
Alfie.
What's going on now? I tend to see things without thinking. No shit. Oof.
I've got management now, by the way. So my manager will be doing like messages for me and stuff.
Of course you do.
A documentary is coming out about me.
Charlie XCXX Bratz. Oof. Also, welcome to the Rat Pack. How are you doing today?
Why do they all do it? Why do they all lie? I assume it's for attention and wanting people to be impressed by them. Usually, lolcows have no real talent, so they can't impress anybody by being themselves, so they have to lie. Elphaba could actually sing.
Ish.
Kind of.
So why not just stick
That's debatable. I was gonna say that was debatable.
to performing to get the attention that way? Well, that's what she kinda tried to do. She had performed at a Pride festival once, and she was excited to do it again.
I'm very excited to announce that I will be performing.
Don't you besmirch my Charlie? That's a musician, right? I vaguely remember that that's a musician.
At Brighton Pride.
Oh boy.
And I've got a 20-minute slot, so come and see me.
Okay.
She may have been
I'm excited
to perform, but some of her audience weren't having it. Some of them got in contact with the organisers and told them exactly who Elphaba was.
Unfortunately, due to backlash, I will not be performing anymore at Brighton.
That could have been fun, though. I'd like to see if it was a burning dumpster fire or not. You know, I remember my niece showed me this random story she wrote about Slenderman having a daughter and going to something called Monster High. Oh, really? They made like a Slender for Monster High, a Slender person for Monster High. That actually sounds kind of interesting. Yeah, no, that's a doll. It's a doll brand. I think they're made by the same people who did Ever After High, and Ever After High is actually really good. I tried to watch Monster High because of that, and Monster High not as good. Ever After High actually pretty fun. I mean, Ever After High actually pretty fun. Monster High, in general, like I like the monster aesthetic, but I'm not a big fan of their writing, I guess, which I know cringe for because I was like a teenager when I was watching this, but still. Also, I'm positive the Slender thing is not real. Yeah, no, it's not. It would be a fan character. I'm pretty sure, but that'd be cool. Monster High needed a storyboard editor. I wouldn't be surprised. She highly emphasized that because she wanted credit for the monster. Oh, yeah. OC, do not steal.
Thank you for ruining it. Thank you so much for f***ing everything up for me. Thank you so
Yes, Friendship is Magic is still the GOAT. I will say that. In terms of, like, that genre of cartoon.
much for f***ing things up.
Meh. not into the ponies, huh?
You so much!
What's
People
the
are
hat
gonna
for?
laugh at it,
What's
though.
going
Of
on?
course they are, because everyone laughs at me. Everyone laughs at me! So I'm just gonna sit here and...
It's because you're acting like this. This is why people laugh at you. And what are you saying, GOAT of what? Oh God, are you talking? Don't talk about the jar. Don't talk about the jar. Yeah, I'm a contrarian too. I feel you.
Obviously, be more live because I gotta get money, haven't I? You just want me on live. You don't want me doing anything but on TikTok. That's all people want. Get away from me. I can't.
Oh God. This is great. Oh! Ow! Do like Boss Man and like punch a hole in the wall. Do it. Oh, fallen. That was great. Best content you've ever done.
Was understandably upset not being able to perform at Pride. The year later, though, she would have another go.
I've been invited to a Pride event and they've literally emailed me saying, we do not care about the emails, we do not care about any of this. So I'll be performing at a Pride event, thank you very much.
Okay.
Because they've messaged me, they say they do not care about the emails, they know the amount of hate I get, they hate it, they do not care, they won't look at it. They said, we're tough, they said, you're going to perform. They said, we want you at our Pride event. They said, we want you to perform. We want you to do a meet and greet.
Okay.
Because they do not care about the hate. Like, they're like, you're literally a celebrity. Like, we do not care. Like,
that's debatable.
When you get this amount of hate, you're a celebrity, babe.
To prove that the event wanted her, she showed us an email.
It's
Oh,
clearly
boy.
been written by Elphaba. I mean, she's tried, bless her.
Oh
but
no.
Terrible. Terrible.
How bad
No
is
one
it?
needed proof to know that email
Are you gonna read it or do I have to read it?
was not genuine, but we got it anyway.
Do you want me to read?
Everyone, my name's Lauren.
Okay, I guess I'll read it. Apologies, was not sure what name to go of. Okay, that first sentence is questionable. We are currently arranging the first ever Preston City Pride event. We were wondering if you would be willing to come and perform, meet and greet, and just enjoy a day and night of fun and supporting love for everyone. We are confirming arrangements for Saturday, 29th June. No apostrophe or no commas or anything. It will be based at Evenham Park, Preston. Please let us know if you would be interested, and I can forward more details to you on. Huh? Also, please note we are aware of the online hate you receive. We do not support or condone it. You don't deserve to be hated on.
Was not genuine, but we got it
Yes, okay, now this is definitely... Alphaba definitely wrote this. Yes, you've made mistakes, but you've learned and apologized, and that's what life is about.
Anyway.
Hello, everyone. My name's Lauren. I'm on the Preston Pride Committee, and I'm doing the bookings this year.
Did I write this email? Wait, there is no as per my last message. Oof.
And let me assure you that a certain individual, which we'll keep nameless because we don't want to be about that. But
oh boy.
The person who is going around saying that they are booked and confirmed by us and have had correspondence with Preston Pride has not. This individual has not been booked by us and is not appearing at Preston Pride whatsoever. So, absolute fake news.
Yes, it turned out it was another Alphaba lie. Alphaba was known on TikTok, but it wasn't for the right reasons. So she could think she was a celebrity all she liked.
Like they're like you're literally a celebrity. Like we do not care.
But she wasn't exactly loved by the public. And if there's one thing Alphaba did
oh my gosh, I love that edit. That's great. That's great. Fake news, yeah, for sure.
Public not loving her as much as she loved herself.
And then on top of that, having a following and people making memes of it, trying to act like it's funny.
It is funny.
Do you understand what I've been through? But some of you don't even get it.
I get more pupper ads.
Farmer's dog a lot sooner.
I've been through it. I've not had it easy on this app. It's funny. If you're gonna say it's funny, then you're a nonce. Now, can you see these?
Doesn't nonce mean like a PDF file? What the hell? You're saying anyone who doesn't support you is a nonce? Seriously?
Ignorant trying to come at me. Horrible people. Horrible disgrace to the human race.
Oh boy.
She can be angry all she likes, but people aren't disliking her for no reason. It's all stuff that she's done. She's caused it. But in her mind, there was another reason why she was hated on.
I have a massive platform that people don't like it.
Oh boy.
They don't like the attention I get. And they think I
do you attract what you are, sweetie? Very true.
They want it themselves.
You know, these people are jealous. They're jealous.
Just
they're
jealous.
Insecure. They're jealous of the confidence I've got. They can't even do it themselves.
They're just jealous, yep.
They're jealous of the clout I've got. You know, they're jealous of my following, which is very honest. I have a lot of following.
Oh boy,
That's it, people were just jealous of her. And as if she wasn't disliked enough, Alphaba had a genius idea.
What I'll do is from now on, I'll hold out a card reader. That's what I'll be doing. And it'll be a $5 photo.
Okay, sure.
To be honest. It's a clever way of doing it. And if people can't afford that...
Oh no. Oh no, cats. No, you good. Don't worry about it.
They're just gonna, laugh. I'm like, bye. See you later. You know what I mean? Remember, they're the ones wanting my attention, not me wanting their attention. So if they want my attention and they want me so bad, they can pay for it. What if you can't afford it?
I'm pretty sure everyone's just gonna try to take pictures of you from a distance then. Just to spite you. Even if they wouldn't take pictures normally.
Then I do apologise. I won't be taking a photo of you. Tonight was insane. It was mad. I was recognised everywhere. And I charged for once.
Guys, no. Dude, stop with the self-deprecation. Pick yourselves up, guys. You got this.
I got money. I got 65 quid in cash. And I got like something more in cashless.
Only I'm allowed to make fun of chat.
I have a card machine. There was only 2 people that didn't like it, and that was it. But everyone else was like, I respect you for doing that. I was like, thank you.
When researching Alphaba, I asked someone who follows her on TikTok, oh, what's this person famous for? Their response was, she's famous for begging.
Cough up. I'm not singing for free.
Oh
you
boy.
Pay me. If you want me to sing, you give me money. It's not crazy, actually. That's the standard for
more
a singer.
e-beggars.
If you go to a gig, you'd pay them 100 quid. I don't give a what you think. If you can financially support me, do it! Let's get all the money! I'm the best at marketing myself, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really, really good at asking for money.
Because now people, like, hate you and stuff. Yeah. Speaking of monetization, I'm 23 people away from that, so that's exciting.
She's a professional beggar, basically. And when people want photos or give her attention when she's out,
oh
she
God,
seems to
no!
think it's
Please
because she's famous
take it off the
and
screen,
they love her.
please.
Alphaba
I beg you.
Doesn't have fans like she thinks she does.
What is happening?
What the?
I hate people who charge for a picture. I get the singing thing though. You have limited vocal capabilities, yeah?
What are you doing? Right, you're making me feel uncomfortable now. Can you go away?
Oh boy.
You're making me.
Run!
What are you doing?
Run!
Let's go, bitch. Let's fucking go.
What is happening here? Is it a protest or something?
You said you would punch me in the face. You said.
Block.
Block. This is like the sad sounding block. That's hilarious.
Block.
Oh, what's Mark Hamill doing now? Isn't his the picture thing? Because I know that Mark Hamill's been getting in some controversies lately.
Nah, I'm not loving this.
200 for pics? Oh, really? Number of celebs are doing it? I'm not surprised.
I might head off, guys. I'm gonna head off.
$200. Oof.
I'm not having a good. I'm not vibing with this. I'm so sorry.
I can't take this hate anymore. I think it's best I just leave because
Oh boy,
I'm the problem.
is it gonna be one of
I'm
these?
the problem. Everyone hates me in real life and online. What's the point of being here?
We're
I'm
doing
done.
baiting?
I'm so done. Don't message me. I don't care. When I first read that, I thought, oh, she's threatening to quit social media, like all Lolcows do because of all the hate she gets. I was wrong.
And they will end up succeeding if they go too far. Imagine Alpha passed away. Do you understand? That could push me.
Freaking baiter.
I'm not kidding you, Mum. I know you're watching this, Mum, but I'm serious. I'm serious. It could go that far, Mum.
Yeah, I feel like that's Mark Hamill in general. Cause wasn't he also like hating on fans and stuff recently?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you.
I'm getting everyone hating on me, and I'm very triggered right now, and I just want to die. So let's do it. Come on my live and do it.
I feel like in general, it's just best to ignore celebrities outside of the characters that they play, because otherwise you'll just end up being disappointed. Because most of them kind of end up being assholes.
Happily do it to myself. I don't care if my mum's watching, Mum. I'm done, Mum. I'm really done. You're all laughing at me.
Oh boy. Man, I think Kevin Conroy was the stabilizer. Huh. I do not understand that reference.
You find it funny? Wow.
Oh yeah, no, he's an amazing voice actor. Honestly, I'd say he's a better voice actor than he is general actor. Maybe that's a hot take. Oh, Kevin voiced Batman. Okay, there we go. Okay. Do understand not liking overzealous fans, but tell them to leave you alone when you're eating. Don't charge them cash to annoy you more. Yeah.
Yeah? I'm really done. Put it down!
What is it? I guess it's got to be a knife because British and they don't have access to anything else.
Put it down!
Stop!
What's the teeth? Why is the teeth blurring? What's going on?
I've asked for things, and they fucking can't do a single thing. I said, well, if I go home tonight, I'm gonna kill myself. They said, well, we can't do anything. So, like, why am I here then? Why am I here in the first place? What am I doing here?
Oof.
What am I doing here? Well,
Reminds me of have you guys ever followed Cyrax whenever he threatened to do it with like a stylist pen that like had no edge? Grippy sock vacation, oof.
Offer me therapy. You can't offer me a fucking bed. You can't offer me this. So why am I here then in the first place?
The general consensus was that this was all to get people off her back with the hate and to gain some sympathy points, gain some attention. The problem was because she had lied so much, it was hard to believe a word she said now.
Yeah, very true.
You all. I love you all so much. I do. I really do. And please know I am really sorry for that live. I really am. I felt bad. Like, I felt so bad. I felt a shame on myself. I felt a real shame. I won't ever let anyone say that to me on live stream ever again. I won't, because I know a lot of people in that chat was like really
Who
worried
wants to
about
bet
me.
that it happens again?
And thank you so, Natasha. Exactly. You're so brave, girl.
Grippy socks are cool, all things considered. Oof. Honestly, grippy socks just make me think of I used to have a dog named I think I can say my dog's name, right? Yeah. I used to have a dog named Murphy. Horrible skin allergies. So she would be biting all the time. But then she got really old and it was getting worse. So we had to put like cream on her and then we'd put little grippy socks on her so that she wouldn't like slip and she wouldn't bite her skin more. And poor thing kept on like sliding all around the tile and we'd always have to go and like pick her up. And it was the saddest thing. Yeah, the socks are cool. The food is terrible though. Oof.
To be brave on this app. It is the most toxic app in the world.
2 out of 10 would not recommend. Oof.
Found a source to get therapy. So first session done. Really good. So
Well, my dog is in heaven, so I don't know about that.
far, really good so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's really helped me. It's really helped me see things differently as well.
All of my dogs are waiting on the Rainbow Bridge right now. I have a cat though. My dog's heaven. I mean, fair enough.
Audience called her out, telling her it was irresponsible to do that on a live, knowing that much of her audience were kids. In Elphaba's mind, she was completely off the hook because none of it was actually her fault.
It's the parents' fault for not monitoring your phones properly, in my opinion. It is the parents' responsibility.
Wait, what?
Off that on a live, knowing that much of her audience were kids. In Elphaba's mind, she was completely off the hook because none of it was actually her fault.
It's the
what kids are watching this? What the hell?
Parents' fault for not monitoring your phones properly.
Kind of.
In my opinion, it is the parents' responsibility to monitor the phones. It's TikTok's responsibility.
Yeah. All my doggos. But I know that they're in a better place because they all live to be very old. What if you could SWAT heaven? Heaven's not necessarily like a super like physical place. Though Jesus does have a physical body there, but it's more about like complete relationship with God and like this and like full communion with love, life, goodness, and truth. So I don't think you can SWAT it. And if you could, I don't think it would work. I think they'd just like bitch slap you.
To ban the live stream. It's actually not my responsibility.
One thing a lot of Lolcows have in common is that they're gross with children. I've seen it with Cyrex, Foodie Beauty, Amberlyn Reed, James Charles, Shane Dawson. I don't know if you'd class them two as Lolcows, but I think they're a joke, so I'll put them here. I watched a few videos on YouTube that said Elphaba has been very inappropriate with minors, and I thought, oh god, another one. One screenshot that kept popping up to prove that she was
You're not on the list, please take the elevator down? Oof.
Dodgy with kids was this one. Someone says to Elphaba they are 14, and Elphaba says, you're hot. I thought, well, you can easily fake stuff like that.
Oh
and
boy,
then I noticed
not another
14,
one.
It says edited. So
wait, weren't you calling people nonces? And doesn't that mean British PDF file? So aren't you being a little bit of a hypocrite or perhaps projecting here?
I thought, well, that's not proof of anything. And actually, the fact that it says edited makes me think, nah, this is rubbish. There was a strange one though, something I've never come across before. She was accused of saying inappropriate stuff to minors in some group chat, and there was recordings of this, but some people weren't sure, and Elphaba wasn't sure if it was her voice or an AI voice meant to sound like her.
Huh? I'm down to face it. Let's face this.
Let's get into what really needs to be talked about.
I mean, the AI thing is going to be an issue when it comes to allegations like this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that 14 was really sus, to be fair. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's wrong. Okay. That's not AI, my love. That's not AI.
I don't know if it's AI or not. That's the thing. I think it could be. I'm being quite honest. I don't remember.
From what I've heard about people's experience going to heaven, If they tried to swat, they'd drop unable to move just by being in the close proximity of God. Yeah, or close proximity to God. Yeah, that's fair enough. Is the overwhelming feeling.
Remember doing that, and that's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to hand my phone to the police. They can go through my logs, give them my old SIM cards. To me, I would say it could either be taken out of context or something, or it could be either, twisted into something else. What are you doing? I'm hearing moaning. That's a bit weird.
I couldn't really make out what was being said, but apparently it's sexual stuff. I've seen some people point to the fact that Alphabet isn't sure if that's her voice as proof that she's a predator, but her saying, "Oh, I don't know if that's me or AI," I think that's more of a stupid response from someone with a really low IQ rather than, boom, bombshell.
I can't believe people would label me as a people. It is so disgusting to even be called like that. Is ruining. That is horrible. That is something so disgusting. I just can't tell you.
I've heard people say you treat PDF allegations like they're a loaded gun. You only point it at someone if you're willing for them to die.
It's horrible, and I haven't displayed any of those kind of behaviors that are accused against me on TikTok Live at all.
Maybe proof exists out there somewhere. Maybe proof will come out later. Maybe after this somebody will send me the proof and I can make a little part 2, but so far I found nothing that makes me think she's another James Charles.
Okay. I reported a crime. Who do you need to report? So I'm being accused online of being called.
Oh boy.
Which just definitely makes the character. Yeah, so basically I'm just like on TikTok, right? And I'm not concerned famous or anything. I'm just like I got 600k. Basically, people have been putting AI videos about me online. Someone called Jordan is accusing me of going into a group chat, talking to minors and stuff like that. So I just want to report.
Who are you calling?
Mama Kaz called me a witch.
To be fair, you called yourself Alphaba. You know, the Wicked Witch from Wicked. Yeah, I want hard proof because I feel like the punishment should be major, so you need solid evidence. For sure, for sure.
Who always seem to be surrounded by drama. Elphaba is one of those people, and she does it to herself.
At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot.
Be gone, Deadpool.
Lying about everything, lying about having autism, lying about having Tourette's, having the worst hygiene of any person.
Just I'm not sure if that me or AI, instead of saying like I've never said that, is really sus. To be fair, yeah, I don't know.
Person I've ever seen after Amberlynn Reid. She can't keep friends. I saw she had a boyfriend for like a day.
We've unfortunately had to not carry on because we've made it public, right, that it's now affecting his personal life, and we can't carry on.
There were times where I felt something for her.
But because I didn't have a dad growing up, right, I don't know what
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised at all that you did not have a positive male role model. Does that mean to say? But I'm just not surprised based on like all the behavior.
Thing for her.
But because I didn't have a dad growing up, right, I don't know what it's like to have a.
Yeah, true. Like, did you there's like a YouTube channel dedicated. This was before the AI stuff really took off, where they just take little bits of a YouTuber's voice and put it together to make the videos that they missed him making, so they'd make their own.
And that I went through being a child, going through all this bullying in school, and it's kind of training for this.
I've no doubt that there's people out there who've used Alphabet to boost their own fame.
Yeah.
For clout, as younger people say. But any sympathy I had would quickly disappear when I'd see her do something awful. I saw proof that she promised loads of fidget toys to some autistic kids.
Oh
and
boy.
Then she didn't give them the toys. She kept promising it, and it lasted over a month.
Why?
And in the end, she just had nothing but excuses and just bleh.
Why are you getting cancelled? Because I didn't donate to I didn't donate fidget toys, and I lied. Honestly, I'm not coming up with an excuse. I lied.
Oh my gosh.
So what? I had a life. I had a life.
Why lie about that?
Was a right tip. I lied because I had a life. I said sorry. I will. It's not that. It really is not that deep.
What?
Lolcows always think that they're the best person in the room, even when there's proof on their own channels and pages. that they're awful. They always think they're just better than everybody.
I just feel like that I get a lot of unnecessary hate. Of course, I can appear condescending and I can appear a bit hypocritical, and of course I can appear a bit blunt. However, my heart is always in the right place, and if you read that and you understand me, then we'll get on quite well.
She's definitely obsessed with being famous. It doesn't matter what she's famous for.
Also, I've said very stupid stuff, and if you clip it out of context, I seem like a jerk, honestly. That's true with everyone. So in general, I don't like the out of context clip thing. Like, that's why I didn't like the last dog pack video. Because there's a lot of, like, out of context Mr. Beast clips.
For shitting in a bag. It doesn't matter as long as people pay attention to her.
You can't expect me to stay silent. I have the biggest platform on TikTok Live UK right now.
Boy.
I am the biggest. I'm the shit. I am the shit of TikTok UK. I am the one that people.
The British ambassador. The British ambassador, guys.
Have seen on TikTok. I'm the one that people go ask for photos, babe. I'm the biggest UK women creator on this app.
To be fair to her though, she's got what she wanted. There's loads of YouTube channels and TikTok pages, channels, don't know what you call it.
Of the part of ruin your whole deal.
I'm doing a video on her right now. She's famous, but she seems bloody miserable.
Yeah. Very miserable.
Why do any of you think it's funny to hate on me?
I'm glad I've been introduced
because you do that when you freak out. That's probably why they think it's funny to hate on you.
Alphaba finally. I'm going to be keeping up to date with everything she does. I find her dead interesting. I don't know if she's too gross for you watching, but I'll keep watching her.
Stop with the pool! Why? We don't need the sharks. We really don't need the sharks. Please stop. Please stop.
Anyway, I
Please
hope you
stop.
enjoyed this video. Hope it kept you company for however long it was. Yeah, thanks for watching. And remember, do the Alphaba shit in a bag TikTok challenge.
No.
TikTok challenge is a thing? I don't know. Bye,
They probably are. But no, please no. Huh. How about no? Oof. Is this the mom? I'm mesmerized. Has better moves than me. So I'm just like paralyzed and can't dance.
No.
Well, that was fascinating.
Hungry for something healthier? Feed them Purina One's proven nutrition.
Now I'll wait to make my decision about the predator stuff until there's more evidence. If a TikTok pooped it in the woods, would they live stream it? Probably. Probably. I mean, sometimes you gotta poop in the woods. Like if you're a marathon runner, and they don't have the porta potty there, sometimes you gotta pop a squat and you gotta do it. And generally, you go a little bit away from the course so that you have some privacy, but you gotta do it, you know. Probably finish it up here with plagued moth. Cause I'm kind of If you gotta go, you gotta go. Just dig a hole and you'll be fine. Logan Paul, the scariest way to start off a video. I'm curious. Oh, no, 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 please no. I'm gonna like this video because I've got confidence in Turkey Tom's ability to do a good. Yes, I know it's a runner joke. I know, but please no. I don't want to think about that. Ugh.
Logan Paul, one of the biggest mainstream content creators of the last decade, had his career seriously threatened when he nonchalantly reacted to a deceased person's body on video. But what if nonchalantly reacting to things unspeakably worse than a simple body was what you did in every video? This is what YouTuber...
And it's also kind of arguable if like Logan's response was like a really poorly handled like trauma response. But he shouldn't have been there recording in the first place, and he shouldn't have posted it. Even if he did have like if that's his real like trauma response to it. Regardless, he shouldn't have done it.
Plagued Moth is known for, rather was known for, before he mired himself in so much drama that it destroyed his career. Though his channel was created all the way back in 2011, it spent most of its existence in inactivity. The first upload, or at least the first that's still up, is a
posting it was the messed up part, yeah. Because I think the reaction isn't the reaction can be explained. Being in the forest in the first place, also questionable. But it's the posting that's the biggest problem.
A gameplay of Silent Hill from 2018, a signal of Moth's interest in the dark and sinister. Despite this, it took another—
I want to play Silent Hill, but I'm also like, I suck at like every game. And I think that survival horrors are hard. So I'd probably just be dying like the whole time.
Another 2 years until he began uploading regularly, with the release of the first episode of his Weird Web miniseries. In it, he covered relatively well-known horror tuber staples like the Shea St. John art project.
How have I never heard about that? What? This was a well-known thing? How do I not know what this is?
In it, he covered relatively well-known horror tuber staples like the Shea St. John art project.
I know that there's cheats, but I don't want to cheat. You know? Hands thing.
Video was unedited and had loud background noise.
Play it in journalist mode. Oh god. Oh god. I think even I could do better than like the journalist who tried playing Cuphead. And I suck at platformers.
Staples like the Shea St. John art project. The video was unedited and had loud background noise, almost like a low production value live stream instead of a video.
Yeah, no, I heard that they messed up the fog with one of the remakes of Silent Hill 2. And isn't like the recent one like they're worried about like changing the character designs?
It was clear Moth didn't have the recipe for success from the get-go, and he must have figured this out since what he lacked in quality, he made up for in dedication. He tried his hand at anything to become a successful content creator, from ASMR to creepypasta readings and even YouTuber drama coverage. Eventually, Moth finally found himself a niche: contemporary true crime commentary. Specifically, his video covering a case of a streamer who killed his girlfriend for a $1,000 donation got a lot more views than Moth was used to, which he took as a sign he should double down on this kind of content. And he did take this—
You're more of a Resident Evil fan? I've heard that it's good too. But in general, I like the idea of Silent Hill as like a psychological horror thing. I know that Resident Hill, I'm putting them together in my mind. I know that Resident Evil has some pretty cool monsters though. And I think I've heard good things about the characters. I just haven't looked into that series as much.
Doubling down pretty literally at first, since he made 3
I feel like it depends on what you're looking for the games. But regardless, I want to start playing more games. I don't know if you guys would actually be interested in seeing me play video games, but I kind of want to. Oh yeah? Is it? Hopefully it's good. Resident Hill? Hey, I'd play it. Fair enough, yeah.
This kind of content. And he did take this doubling down pretty literally at first, since he made 3 follow-up videos rehashing and updating the same story. As unusually successful as these videos were for his standards, his channel only went to the next level in 2021, when he covered 2 notorious cases of people recording themselves taking their own lives in a particularly brutal fashion. For context, much like Elsagate, there—
Silent Evil is better. I mean, that sounds like a pretty badass way to say it. I have Resident Evil 8 with the small reference of Resident Evil 5. I'd be interested in watching me play video, or you'd be interested in watching me play video games? Okay, that sounds good. I was thinking about getting the Lego games while they're on sale. That boulder punching fruit, Chris. Oof.
There are gore communities operating right under YouTube's radar. Since the platform doesn't allow any kind of gore to be posted, the consumers of that kind of content find creative ways to bypass it, like uploading an animated recreation or just audio of a given video. The comparison to Elsagate is relevant insofar as there are many examples.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely have to figure that out. Maybe I do it for Tuesday. Maybe sometimes do this and sometimes do gaming. I'm not sure where I'd put that in the schedule.
Examples of this kind of content being clearly made by kids or with kids as a target audience based on how it's packaged. It's impossible to say how large this niche is, but given how prevalent memes about seeing gore and shock videos as a little kid are, it's probably much larger than you'd expect.
Isn't this is from Saints Row, right? I got those on sale and I didn't play that. So I heard that they're funny.
seeing gore and shock videos as a little kid are, it's probably much larger.
Yeah, Lego games just don't make a locale planet in RimWorld. Oh, I've been meaning to play RimWorld anyway. I should totally do that. That's a great suggestion, Spoon. I'll definitely do that. Yeah, no, Lego games are like my comfort, thing. Me and my dad would, because smartphones weren't as much of a thing, so we'd like print out like the whole guide and we'd go through it and like try to get all like the red bricks and the mini kits. It was really, really fun. Good times with my dad.
Larger than you'd expect. All of this is to say that this demographic was heavily capitalized on by Moth's video, especially since he goes into minute detail about what happened in the footage and the footage's background stories. These factors compounded, and the video
Prison Escape game? Well, what's that one? Oh yeah, no, it has a lot of mods. Like that's one of my friend's favorite games, and I've been wanting to play it. I just haven't done it yet. I'm kind of waiting for it to be on sale, but I definitely mean to. Okay, The Escapist. I'll remind me and I'll look that up.
Was heavily capitalized on.
Oh, my favorite video games. I'm a freaking normie. I really like Pokemon. I really, really like Bravely Default. That's like one of my favorite series is Bravely Default. I like the characters in that one a lot. I'm generally more turn-based RPGs. I liked Nier Automata when I went through that. I played Hades recently, and that one's like top tier. I love Hades. So I'm kind of want to go through and play like all their other games because I think I got those because I went a little crazy on the Steam sale. So I got like Bastion and Transistor too, so that I could try those out while I'm waiting for Hades 2 to be complete. Uh, those are like main bits. Also, like my childhood game was called The Dog Island, and like no one knows about it. One day I want to play that one again. It's if you guys remember the Dark Artist Collection, it's that, and it's weirdly dark story. Hades is so fun. I hated on it because everyone liked it, but it's great. You know, it's so good, and like the character interactions each time keeps it fresh. And I suck at video games, but like but I did have yeah, I love Dog Island. I love Dog Island so much. That was another one that me and my dad would do all the time. I haven't heard of that one, of the Cuisiner. Like Wormworld, City Skylines, and simulation stuff like Dwarf Fortress. I've heard of Dwarf Fortress. Never played it, so I did lol. But yeah. And Dog Island has like the best music. It's so chill. It's ridiculously chill. Oh, Factorio? Isn't that I think I've seen that one. That's another where you're like making a factory type thing.
But given how prevalent memes about seeing gore and shock videos as a little kid are, it's probably much larger than you'd expect. All of this is to say that this demographic was heavily capitalized on by Moth's video, especially since he goes into minute detail about what happened in the footage and the footage's background stories. These factors compounded, and the video quickly got over 1 million views, though it now sits at over 2.5 million. Just like he did the first time, he decided to double down on this kind of content to try and
Interesting. I'll have to.
These factors compounded, and the video quickly got over 1 million views, though it now sits at over 2.5 million. Just like he did the first time, he decided to double down on this kind of content to try and replicate its success, narrowing his scope from general true crime to cases where a
In Cuisiner, you play as a cat girl who inherited her parents' restaurant and their debt, and you collect ingredients in roguelike dungeons. Ooh, that actually sounds really fun. Because in general, I ended up liking the roguelike gameplay a lot more than I expected. Yeah, cat girl. Oh, okay. I need to make a list. I'll need you guys to. You know what? I'm recording this anyway, and I'm gonna put this on the VOD channel. Wait, play what?
heinous incident was caught on camera. His next 2 videos that revolved around this theme both got over 500,000 views, so it was clear what the path moving forward was. But unlike most other true crime content creators, Moth had a conspicuous, and some say disrespectful, tone to his coverage. Besides the over-the-top, gross horror movie aesthetic he used as packaging, he laced his presentation with a hot topic edginess that took away from the seriousness of the crimes he covered. In his description of a murder case in Brazil—
Oh, you're playing the opposite. Yeah. I mean, I've made an alliance with cats. Because I have a cat, right? So we've made an alliance. I'm allowed to, she lets me, like, ride her into battle. So, I have an alliance with the cats. Or at least with this cat. So I'm assuming that cat would be chill too. Just as long as I'm not killing rats.
Still, he said, a terrible murder was overlooked because it happened in Brazil in 2007, when Daniel Petrie tortured and eventually murdered 12-year-old Gabriel Kuhn over being scammed out of an MMORPG currency. It surprisingly wasn't Raid Shadow Legends. Obviously, this is a joke, and it doesn't mean that Moth supports this activity, but still.
I mean, that's what cats do. Like, whenever their owners pass away, they eat them anyway, right? They're more willing to do that than dogs. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about Moth's approach here. Like, I'm all for dark humor. But when you're talking about a 12-year-old and all this stuff, when does it cross the line? You know? What level gets you to tone deaf? And what level is just kind of edgelord?
Legends. Obviously, this is a joke, and it doesn't mean that.
Okay, good. Yeah, then I'll do that. There was a game that I wanted to play. I think it was called like Fantasy Life, and that kind of sounds like that. Dogs would almost never do it. For cats eating their owner is Tuesday. Yeah, honestly, I'll have to look into Cuisiner after this because I kind of just want like a chill thing, so it's easier to interact with you guys. So I figure like that or like a Lego game, because Lego games you don't need to pay as much attention. But I might look into that, and I have a gift card from my birthday, so.
That Moth supports this activity, but still, most true crime content creators dislike this approach. The only people who respond positively to this attitude are desensitized teenagers who are too immature to understand the gravity of these crimes and are tuning in purely out of morbid curiosity. While making risque content was a strategy to get attention on YouTube, over on Twitter, he was trying to get on the radar of bigger YouTubers by basically becoming omnipresent in their mentions.
What system? I mean, I used to be a console peasant who'd basically only play on Nintendo. But nowadays, I've been doing a lot more Steam just because it's easier to get everything. Dogs see their owners as part of their pack in general, so they psychologically lack the ability to. Yeah, dogs are. Yeah, no, yeah, I've joined the PC master race. I still have my Nintendo systems though, because I need to. I need to keep up with my Nintendo stuff. I need a Bing Bing Wahoo, even though I don't do platformers. There.
He was trying to get on the radar of bigger YouTubers by basically becoming omnipresent in their mentions. At first,
this is cringe, right? Fair enough. Cuisiner is 25 on Steam. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. I think cats see you as a bigger, clumsier kitten. Yeah, I've heard that. Where they think that we're just really stupid cats, and that's why they'll, like, bring us, like, live snakes and stuff, and it's like, I haven't seen you actually kill a snake yet. Here it is. Do it. You gotta learn how to do this. Let me show you. I've heard that. This is cringy, though, right? The reply guying for attention? Or does this actually work? Do I need to do this? Do I need to reduce myself to this to get noticed by Oshis and stuff?
He tried Mutahar, but when Muta didn't budge, he simply switched over to Wendigoon. After multiple failed attempts, weepy self-pitying complaints about it, and doing the same—
Oh my god, what is it? Oh my gosh. It's so many. So many. Oh god.
Video format as Wendigoon, the Wendig glazing finally showed results. In May, Wendigoon relented and gave him not only a collab video, but a sponsored video that got uploaded to Wendigoon's channel. This is as big a privileged position as Moth could possibly aspire to, and everything was coming together for him to become another staple personality in the community of dark and obscure content. However, right around the same time, Moth began sowing the seeds of his own destruction. In mid-2021, he decided that just describing violent videos in painstaking detail wasn't enough, as he graduated to actually showing parts of them, only keeping the really bloody parts censored. Eventually, he decided that this wasn't enough either, and went on to record himself live reacting to full videos, blurring them out but letting the audio play unedited, meaning you could still hear whatever was happening in the video. In all fairness, Moth was doing something no one else was really doing. The only issue is that there's a reason why no one else does that.
I was gonna say,
it's a bad idea. No other person in this makeshift community, from people who cover goofy ARGs to those like Nick Crowley who cover real Zoosadist circles, would turn real murder into a spectator sport. Not because it's controversial and daring, but because it's a dumb idea for a multitude of reasons. To make matters worse, Moth could often be seen giggling and cracking jokes while he watched people get tortured. This particular video he's reacting to is the Azov crucifixion, which was widely claimed to be fake.
No one is drinking gasoline either. That's what you think. No, that's what you think. Let me. There's a Rama song. What is it? Rama? Don't drink gasoline. It's this one, right? Okay, no, it's sniffing. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Honestly, the smell of gasoline doesn't smell that bad. Okay, yeah. But you get the idea. I really like this song. It's unironically a bop.
This particular video he's reacting to is the Azov crucifixion, which was widely claimed to be faked. But Moth himself in the video...
Yeah, if you guys ever want my my questionable music tastes, I have a playlist if you guys would be interested in that.
Suggests that its authenticity is simply unverified, meaning he acknowledges the possibility, however remote, that he could have just reacted in that manner to a real video of a person being crucified. But if that video possibly being fake makes it tolerable, Moth immediately goes on to cover very real videos while making the same kind of offhand remarks. One of Moth's worst offenses, and one that would come back to bite him later, is when he reacted to a video of a 15-year-old girl being stomped on her head by a mugger while giggling and counting the stomps like Sesame Street Dracula, even titling the video after it.
Yeah. I get most of my songs from YouTubers. So yeah, I'll give you a list of some of the ones that I poached. Yeah, I'll make that public after this.
Is when he reacted to a video of a 15-year-old girl being stomped on her head by a mugger while giggling and counting the stomps like Sesame Street Dracula, even titling the video after it.
And I'm gonna do something.
Why are you saying Sesame Street Dracula? His name is the Count. Respect the Count. He's a part of all of our childhoods. How do you not know his name?
More messed up. I'm going to count how many stomps actually happened because I'm curious. You can judge me all you want. You? I only don't care at this point.
I am judging
Even if he
so
tries
hard.
to play this down and claim that this video is being misconstrued, this is how he himself described it in a reply he made to someone claiming he only supported the LGBT for clout. Bitch, I cackled like a hyena while a girl got her skull stomped in. Screw YouTube and screw you. Moth truly supports LGBTQ and trans rights. Let people be who they are. There's some speculation.
I laugh at people getting literally murdered on camera, but trans rights. I'm a good boy. Don't cancel me.
About whether or not the victim of the attack actually died as a consequence, but regardless, it's a brutal act happening to a minor, and Moth saw fit to not only watch it, but react to it like it was a Fine Bros video. This definitely crossed whatever the line is that separates covering cases and consuming violent crimes as entertainment. Within a month of that upload, he reacted to an entire mixtape of child abuse material, and had the original audio play throughout the video.
Why?
It's not like this is the only thing he could do that got views, so there's no good reason for him to be so laser focused on reacting to real-life abuse caught on tape. As a matter of fact, due to the nature of the content...
Doesn't he have children? If I remember correctly, I think he has children, which makes this a lot more disturbing to me. It's that you could have children and still do this. Like you're in your edgelord phase and just don't understand. Like, he understands. He has kids.
His videos would often get age restricted and demonetized for obvious reasons. But how did he make his money?
I think when he gets demonetized, he's like, oh, you're taking money away from my kids. My kids, you're taking the food out of their mouths. You know? Clout makes you do disturbing things, yeah. Yeah, feeling sorry for his kids, yeah. Also, if I remember correctly, his wife is very much like him. So, in like their type of stuff. And I think she goes on Reddit and like argues with people.
I ask. Well, there's his merch store where he actually sold items that directly referred to gore videos, which is pretty sketchy to say the least. But as he himself acknowledged, his main source of income was Patreon, which went from $1,000 in January 2021 to over $4,000 in June, to allegedly over $10,000 in August. The perks were pretty basic. You get access to bonus videos, behind-the-scenes vlogs, and premium Discord benefits. In July, his Patreon was temporarily shut down, and he posted a message to his private Discord server commenting on it, saying, "The Patreon is temporarily shut down."
I mean to have to argue if you have to argue if you're on Reddit. Yeah, no, it's going to Reddit at all. You avoid the cesspool. I think Reddit's probably one of the worst, one of the worst in terms of like cesspool.
It's okay because we needed some changes around here. I'm appealing the takedown, and if we have to rebuild, so be it. If we get the same page back, awesome. But regardless, this will be the new format for the Patreon. Right after, he clarified.
Please tell me they didn't do watch-alongs in the Discord to snuff films. Please tell me I am misunderstanding this.
Is what you get with the higher tiers premium Discord benefits. Uncensored gore and access to the full mixtapes and clips he's reacting to in the videos. Based on this alone,
argue on Reddit to get clout, yeah. So it just goes to show that no matter how sick the material, there's an audience for it. Very true, very true.
We can deduce that this was the reason for his...
Honestly, that was the most disturbing part. Because I watched Wendigoon's like disturbing movie, Iceberg. Because in general, it's like, oh, Iceberg fun. And I ended up coming away with that, and I couldn't like sleep for a bit. Just because like in the back of my mind, it's like, there are people who unironically really like this and like seeing this happen to real people. And there's enough of an audience that this is circulated around the internet. And those people exist. And you don't know who they are. And they're just around. And all these horrible things are happening in the world right now, and you just don't know. And it's that scared me way more than any of the content in the videos themselves, I guess.
The higher tiers premium Discord benefits, uncensored gore, and access to the full mixtapes and clips he's reacting to in the videos.
Oh my gosh,
based on this alone, we can deduce that this was the reason for his Patreon being taken down, as the distribution of graphic, sadistic, and violent imagery is expressly forbidden by Patreon's terms of service.
Yeah, it could be Scott from the mailroom. You have no idea.
Despite having a wife and multiple kids to provide for, he continues to jeopardize
multiple kids. Multiple kids, okay.
Main source of income by disobeying Patreon's rules and instead circumventing them by...
Skin to me is just getting my acne under control in a healthy way. I've been wanting a simplified.
I'm talking about disturbing things. I don't want to hear about freaking skin care.
And emailing them to his patrons. Ethical questions aside, this is just plain stupid and irresponsible. User UglyGremlin69 on Kiwi Farms was seemingly responsible for the Discord leaks, proving that this was happening to those outside of Moth's inner circle. And he then proceeded to dump the 3 most suspicious channels to the farms. One of the messages from these leaks shows him speaking about getting the child abuse tape from the dark web, which is something he said in the video as well, following it up by claiming he sent a tip to the FBI about it. I don't really understand how it can be bad enough that he tips the FBI off, but it's not so bad he can't download it from a dark web distributor and then send it to his own audience. At that point, how far off are you from distributing child abuse material to sadists? He's reacting to animal abuse, and those kinds of people will obsessively look for content pertaining to their interests. So how do you ensure that you're not getting those kinds of people?
It's like the monkey people. Do you guys remember the monkey abuse people? It's like that.
As an audience? The answer is you can't, and he just didn't care. At the beginning of that same video, he clearly states that he will find a way to continue providing uncensored content to his followers, despite whatever issues may come up with the Patreon. Despite the pretty decent amount of money he was making at this point, there were no real improvements to his production.
Dude, I'm all for no censorship most of the time. But when we're talking about snuff films and child struggle cuddling, I think we're allowed to censor that. I think that should be like nuked off the internet. Is that fair?
Value. The video's packaging and editing were still very amateur. It sure didn't look like he had someone else editing for him, so he probably...
I don't even like the cheesy 80s slasher films because I don't like people being tortured, even if it's fake as fair. Yeah. Even if it's fake as hell, yeah. Hey, Muppet, how you doing? Fair? Oh yeah, the fair to maybe we should nuke things that are like actually very bad. Yeah, no. Children and animals. Children and animals, you never touch them. Ever. In a way to hurt them.
Probably was doing it all by himself at zero cost.
I mean, I prefer it if you don't do it to other people too, but children and animals, that's berserk button. Don't mess with children and animals.
Improvements to his production value. The video's packaging and editing were still much very amateur. It sure didn't look like he had someone else editing for him, so he probably was doing it all by himself at zero cost, keeping all of the money. Smart business tactic, if I do say so myself.
Oh, he lied about getting an editor or something?
The child abuse mixtape video that it pushed Moth to make a follow-up explaining why that kind of content is legal and doesn't qualify as child exploitation because it's not sexual. But of course, this isn't a very strong point, since there are many people who consume sadist content for gratification.
Yeah,
he was clearly
that's
developing
very
an
true.
audience of actual degenerates, and he was fine.
Sometimes adults deserve to be curb stomped. I mean, depends on the context. If it's just like an innocent person going about their day, maybe not.
And profiting off of them. But that's not even all of it. People in the comments and in Kiwi Farms pointed out Moth was being a little facetious when he claimed that the tape didn't contain anything sexual, alleging he forgot to mention in both of his mixtape videos that the ending also includes a track from Pseudo Scorpion, which is a notorious album that includes sounds from. Now, I personally believe he left that tiny little detail out on purpose because he previously had made a video talking about Pseudo Scorpion and stating that it's illegal. That's also wrong. In the USA where he lives, it's completely legal, and didn't want to look like a moron, not realizing that ship has long sailed. However, by doing so and getting attention to the said mixtape, he has put many people in danger who go out looking for the mixtape because child exploitation laws vary by country, and many have that on the same level as CP. As for the creator of the mixtapes, it's Jack Hack. He was, or maybe still is, a very frequent poster on Cold Raven's Discord, and he chatted a lot with Moth in the underground server as well. Moth has admitted to receiving the two mixtapes originally from this individual. Cold Raven's Discord server's history is filled with this guy, Jack Hack, bragging to have seen the mixtape when Moth made the video about it, and back then, pretty much nobody had it. It was only ever leaked like half a year ago on Best Gore by Jack Hack.
Yeah, there are some people, quote-unquote people. Like people who do things to kids and animals. I'd be okay with that, to be honest. I shouldn't be. I'm being, like, I know that I'm not supposed to do that, but it's hard. Being human is hard.
Himself. I can't verify that, but the writing of the person on Best Gore was identical to that of Jack Hack. It's pretty common knowledge for anyone in the Mondo/Gore community by now who is making that absolute garbage. So it's disgusting for him to try and downplay it as some mystery only for clicks. I have to disclaim here that this post is an allegation, but if true, it means Moth was closer to the person who provided those videos than he initially let on. In another post, that same KF user alleged to have been directly in touch with Moth for some period of time and was familiar with who was in his community, which would strengthen his claim. Besides the creation of a side project channel where he posted a now unlisted Chris Chan video, Moth's online activity went on as usual, with him dropping yet another mixtape reaction video immediately after the controversy surrounding the first one. However, business as usual came to a screeching halt in November when Moth posted a short video to TikTok and YouTube, informing his followers that his 4-year-old daughter was suddenly diagnosed with a life-threatening case of type 1 diabetes. According to Moth, they were having to pay for everything out of pocket since they didn't have health insurance. It comes as a bit of a surprise that despite the money he was making at this point, he didn't have insurance. But regardless, this is absolutely terrible and it really shouldn't be joked about. I'm only mentioning this for context since it will be brought up later. And fortunately, his daughter got better and got treatment for her condition. As a consequence of this news, you can see just from the comments that Moth got a lot of—
I don't know. It's very possible that it's true. It's just I'm not sure if it's as severe as he was saying, just because I don't trust anything that this man says.
I'm only mentioning this for context.
Just remember, the commandment said, "Thou shalt not murder, not kill," meaning there are times where killing is acceptable. Technically, any murder is still or not anyone dying is technically still a moral bad, even if it is self-defense. It's just significantly less bad, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've looked into moral theology, but it's definitely less bad if you're doing in self-defense type thing. But technically, it's still in terms of sin as separation from God type thing. And that these are things that pull us further from God to some degree. I think it's still an issue, but you gotta do what you gotta do to some degree. I don't know.
Since it will be brought up later. And fortunately, his daughter got better and got treatment for her condition. As a consequence of this news, you can see just from the comments that Moth got a lot of support, not only from his own audience, but also from other content creators during this situation. But not everyone was as keen on suspending their criticisms of Moth because he was going through a tough time. A few weeks prior to this incident, a thread on r/horror got the ball rolling on the
I can't. Even states there is a time to kill. Yeah. Ecclesiastes. Yeah. That's fair. I guess that's fair.
Conversation about.
I mean, because there is like just wars and stuff. I'm not calling King Solomon a liar. I'm just saying in general, especially with like New Testament stuff, because it's kind of like more rights, more responsibility type thing, from my understanding. So I'm not sure if everything applies exactly the same way. But then again, keep in mind, I'm not like an expert on moral theology. I can always like bother a friend who studied that, but it's more just what I remember.
A few weeks prior to this incident, a thread on r/horror got the ball rolling on the conversation about Moth, where users said, he started off with true crime stuff like Junko Furuta and the murder of Bianca Devins. It was really interesting to watch, but he took it a step further and added Patreon exclusives where you can view the actual gore and murder while he commentates.
Oh my God.
First off, this is wildly disrespectful to the victims. He's essentially profiting off of the gruesome deaths of others. I'm sure they'd appreciate to rest instead of being paid to be seen murdered by.
Did he? I don't remember that. I don't remember him telling them to do that. It could be possible. Murder is more killing out of anger and revenge. Killing to defend people can be righteous. Yes, no, it can be righteous. For sure. I think it's just still it's, in terms of, like, objectivity, I think it's still not, like, great for anyone to die. But it's definitely more justified in some cases than others.
By people on the internet. Second, he's become distasteful.
And it's also just like keeping in mind the world that we live in type thing. Like I think it's probably good to have some way to defend yourself nowadays. Just to be safe, you know?
Rest instead of being paid to be seen murdered by people on the internet. Second, he's become distasteful. In a video, a girl gets stomped to death and he titled it Counting with Moth and counted the stomps while laughing. Third, this is some sick stuff. Who wants to pay to watch people get gruesomely killed? I don't know where else to post this, but I'd like to hear people's opinions on this. I find it disturbing and insensitive. I watch this stuff because of Wendigoon. I'm still subbed to Moth, but it's rough. His tagline is the most controversial commentary on YouTube. It isn't. It's just gore breakdowns. And to add to the problem, it feels like 50% of the video is just his drawn-out intro with self-promotion to his Patreon.
Really?
Plus the "screw the haters, I'ma be me" speech he gives in every video. And
oh God, this guy sounds like freaking cringe edgelord. So bad, even more than before. Holy shit.
And 30% of the video is him rambling and repeating things he said. The rest is actual content. I want to support a small creator that's putting in the work to build something, but Plagued Moth just makes it difficult. Can't stand him.
Why?
Can't believe I was ever subbed. I saw he even made merch on his TikTok about a shock video. Really disrespectful. As you can see, many of the people who are now criticizing him were, at one point, fans of his, or at least people who got into his content with an open mind due to his collaboration with Wendigoon, only to find that Moth's approach was inappropriate for the kind of content he did.
I wonder if after this Plagued Moth thing, if Wendigoon's gonna be less open to collab with more up-and-comers. Which would be a shame.
Collaboration with Wendigoon, only to find that Moth's approach was inappropriate for the kind of content he did. This wasn't the only Reddit-based controversy Moth found himself embroiled in, as in a post of his from April 2021, he said
well, it's Reddit. Reddit will make a controversy out of literally anything. It's Reddit.
Controversy Moth found himself embroiled in, as in a post of his from April 2021, he said he'd watched a video called Dig Your Roots and went into details as to what it contained, eventually making a video about it. The only thing is, this video never existed. Dig Your Roots was made up by a 4chan thread on the paranormal board where users were trying to make up fake lost media. As it turned out, Moth was repeating false information verbatim, presumably because he read the summary of the fake video somewhere. 2 months after his Reddit post, he explained what happened, claiming his mind played a game of telephone with itself and that he'd overlaid the fake story of Dig Your Roots onto another real video. The real video
Imagine trying to make a video with one Dragoon of all people and he says you're too inappropriate, yeah? Luke 22:35-38 is where Jesus told his disciples to get a sword. And he records videos with Papa Me too, like, dang. Creepcast is amazing. Let me look this up real quick. Yes. Okay, Last Supper. Mount of Olives. Yeah. Mhm. I'll look into this later. Yeah.
The video in question was one particularly controversial clip up.
Because I always want to know the context. In general, I need to be better with just knowing the Bible off the top of my head. But in general, I want to be careful about like context stuff because I've had too many people take things out of context. Not saying I don't trust you, Rusty. It's just I try to be careful about that. You know.
Happened, claiming his mind played a game of telephone with itself and that he'd overlaid the fake story of Dig Your Roots onto another real video. The real video in question was one particularly controversial clip uploaded by WorldCorp, a project that's widely known as an ARG despite not really being one. It's understandable why, since it has a very obscure and mysterious vibe to it. In the WorldCorp clip, a child can be heard screaming in what appears to be a dimly lit bathroom while someone outside is recording and yelling at them. It's pretty disturbing, and it really blew up after a fake story about it having come from a dark website was widely reported by big channels on YouTube.
Oh boy.
Eventually, this story was put out to pasture as a different one came to light. The creator of WorldCorp, allegedly Money Goblin from the autistic Money Boys clan, was the person recording the video, and the kid screaming was his little brother, who was speculated to be getting hit with cold or hot water from the shower. Moth himself was one of the few people who brought this story forward, and according to him, he got it directly from the people running WorldCorp. Of course, this still raises a few issues since the screams in the video seem quite real, meaning despite there being no evidence whatsoever that this was. Many speculated it still could be some kind of illicit video. The other issue with this whole thing is that the WorldCorp video is nothing like the Dig Your Roots video described on Reddit by Moth, especially since he didn't just vaguely remember it, but specify details of it, such as the pattern of the bed sheets on the supposed victims in the video. While many people already disliked Moth's content and personality because of these issues, it took a bit for others to get on his case and call him out. One of the first to do it was a channel called Jimmy J, who made a video covering the Dig Your Roots situation and criticizing others of Moth's behavior, such as him asking for nudes from his followers and having a channel on his Discord.
Yeah, because it looked like it was right before it was during the Last Supper. Of course, he also tells them to put away their swords whenever they try to fight the guards, but still.
Server for the same purpose. Some people claimed that this video exposed.
But then again, that's the specific context that we're going for basically go and do what we've been building to with Salvation history stuff. So it's a very specific situation. I don't know.
And having
in terms of him telling them to put their swords away, I don't know.
Others of Moth's behavior, such as him asking for nudes from his followers and having a channel on his Discord server for the same purpose. Some people claim that this video expose.
Dudes, it always backfires when you have nudes. If you have nude channels, it always goes like interpreting unyoked marriage as interracial marriage. Are you saying like the being careful with context stuff, or what?
On Moth is what led him to set the record straight on the Dig Your Roots video, which is incorrect since Jimmy's video came out almost half a year after Moth had already corrected himself.
Please don't scroll.
I'm going to skip now. Sorry.
As for the accusations that Moth did those things, he made sure to specify in his tweets about it that you had to be over 18 and required people to actually show ID.
No, you gotta be over 18, and that's totally easy to police and never gets ignored by people. I'm sure that nothing bad could possibly happen.
In order to be able to join the nudes channel on his Discord. So this wasn't a situation where minors were being exposed to images they shouldn't have been. If anything, this implication was a classic case of projecting from.
This dude has a freaking Kirby, and it's a cute one too. What the hell?
Jimmy J himself, since in November 2021, a few weeks prior to Jimmy's big expose video, a user named SimSum was posting
Unyoked in the Bible sounds like using protection against diseases and the like. I don't know
to a
about that.
Kiwi Farms thread that discussed Moth. His posts were not only very negative towards Moth, but specifically positive towards Jimmy's channel, which was strange due to how relatively irrelevant he was up until this point. Other users immediately picked up on this and speculated that Simsum and Jimmy were the same person, and despite disliking Moth, they took issue with the repeated baseless allegations that Moth was a groomer. Soon after, Simsum backed away from the Plague Moth discussion right around the same time that another account, Lorelei, popped up, doing the same exact pro-Jimmy anti-Moth act. In a post from January 1st, 2020,
dude, Kiwi Farms will figure out crazy amounts of stuff. Did you really think that just making a different account would keep them from realizing that it's you?
Lorelei said, "I'm 18 now, and Durfee is my best friend. She be 17. I don't want to read it that way. By the way, that's just how it's typed. So we're being accurate here, okay? I
thought Unyoked was more in terms of having different religious beliefs. Maybe. And you put my wife in my Tuesday morning. Oh my gosh, guys, where's the Unyoked from? I could probably figure out the context a lot easier.
Go on the Discord with
that makes a lot more sense as Rusty's interpretation, but I don't know.
By the way, that's just how it's typed.
I do like the mustache on this cat. This cat has a nice mustache.
So we're being accurate here, okay? I shouldn't go on the Discord with an adult, I guess, and I asked for it. Parentheses, sex talk with Plagued Moth. I mean, I asked for his attention, so yes, I'm down to do that, and sending my nude to him. Parentheses, Plagued Moth. Yes, I did that. You can call me a freak to do that, but
I'm gonna
lose
my mind here.
I don't care if people calling me dumb. I was dumb. This was in March last year, 2021. I'm talking about Plagued Moth now, not Max Ma'am. But I'm freaking out on myself that I did this sex talking because of his crazy wife. I'm shitting my... I'm shitting my pants of her and Moth. I mean that I'm scared from the two of them. If you didn't catch that through the unique dialect, that was Lorelei claiming that she and maybe another underage friend of hers were both groomed by Plagued Moth and were afraid to talk about it. Now, if you're wondering why that post reads like Nico Bellic from GTA 4 wrote it after getting hit in the head with a wrench, it's because that's probably Jimmy behind these posts, doing his best to pretend that he's a teenage girl, but on one hand failing at that, and on the other, very much succeeding at sounding like a Slavic immigrant with brain damage. After Lorelei was called out, a third account showed up called Love Long-Haired Cats, running the same scheme yet again, though more subtly this time, which allowed it to go unnoticed by the users for about a week. In the meantime, Jimmy, under his own name this time, started posting to the farms, reiterating his claims and saying that Moth was making false accusations about him and stalking him. He immediately ruined the credibility of his alt by having it reply to his own post pretending to be an unusually interested third party, with all the finesse of a developmentally disabled gorilla.
I hate when people try to use the Bible to justify shit when they're just like misinterpreting or like purposefully misinterpreting.
Stalking him. He immediately ruined the credibility of his alt by having it reply to his own post pretending to be an unusually interested third party, with all the finesse of a developmentally disabled gorilla, which immediately allowed everyone else in the thread to figure out who was behind it. While the KF users sleuthed the usual ways to confirm what they already believed to be the case, they dug up everything they could on Jimmy, from the other online handles he used to his IP address and full docs. He sort of made it easy for them since he doxed his own face, but still, given the realistically criminal implications of the information I'm about to relay, it's best that his personal information be censored. As they trudged through his Reddit account, they found him posting the handle to his kick. By then investigating that handle, they found multiple posts on a site called Like that was used for the exchanging of CP. These posts, dating as far back as 2018, showed him replying to threads offering soliciting trades for megalinks with up to 2,500 videos of, and I...
With this information, is it bad that I think it's good he got doxxed if they informed the proper authorities? Because that escalated quickly.
Quote, black young boys and girls. I'm assuming that this might have been what Jimmy was alluding to in his post to KF, claiming that Moth had been making false accusations about him. However, the possibility that Moth somehow fabricated these posts in order to frame Jimmy is pretty impossible since they were from far before anyone even knew who Jimmy was. Further reinforcing the narrative that everything he said about Moth was projection, Jimmy had claimed multiple times that Moth was stalking and harassing a teenage girl. But as it turns out, Jimmy himself might have been doing exactly that. Initially,
Oh
people
my
didn't know
God.
it was Jimmy, as he was using one of his alts called Soldier Sam Evil Exposed. Regardless, an alleged 16-year-old girl he'd been interacting with online was asked if Sam
Oh
made
my
her feel
gosh.
uncomfortable, to which
Oh no, there's a stupid top hat.
she
Oh my
replied,
God.
saying yes. Later on, when the Soldier Sam account was
Oh my
connected to
God.
Jimmy's alt, SimSum, another KF user claimed that this girl had DM'd him in panic about him posting about her on Reddit. If that kick connection
Oh
holds
God.
up and truly belonged to Jimmy, I can't imagine it being anything good. I won't dedicate too much time to this guy since the majority of his activity is just nonsensical schizo posting over multiple different alt accounts, many more than the ones I've mentioned, but it is pretty insane how adamant he was in trying to clear his name and attack Moth to randoms on Kiwi Farms as if that
Oh
would make
boy.
a difference. But anyway, back to Moth. While it may be convenient to paint the anti-Moth narrative as a Kiwi Farms phenomenon, the general public's criticisms of Moth were already pretty prevalent on other websites. But regardless of where the criticisms came from, they were never welcomed by Moth. For example, when user Morphine Rat simply posited Moth had been acting weirder, Moth's wife Andrea replied, white knighting for him and gratuitously attacking the original poster. Now, however in bad form this may have been, it was just a drop in the bucket compared to what was about to come. On May 16th, a thread was created on the Mondo Gore subreddit, one of the largest gore communities, about their dislike for Plagued Moth. The thread quickly erupted in replies, people saying that his content was low effort and low production value, and his topics were saturated and rehashed as he repeatedly revisited stories. People also took issue with Moth's overtly edgy personality, with him calling himself things like the Gore God and Herder of Feelings. In an attempt to defend him from the onslaught, one person said, people need to realize his channel isn't for us seasoned watchers.
Is over
His target
9,000.
audience is for the younger generation. He did get a lot of stuff wrong at the start, but his channel has grown a lot since. When I was growing up, it was basically impossible to find the backstories behind these videos. PM's channel is dedicated to finding the backstory behind these clips. Hate him if you want, but the youngsters like him. Oddly enough, despite being meant as a compliment and defensive Moth, the implication this makes is possibly far
you're gonna
worse
cut
than
yourself
anything
on that
anyone
edge.
else had said. Over time, it became one of the most common points of Moth's detractors that, though he wasn't some kind of creep, he marketed as obviously inappropriate content to kids. It's at this point that his server becomes relevant once again. In June, a series of posts were made documenting the decommissioning of one of his server's mods, Fergie. It's not immediately clear what caused Fergie to fall out with Moth and lose his role, but it seems that there was some kind of standing order not to talk about it. Once Fergie was long gone and unable to defend himself in the server, Moth started occasionally addressing it, suggesting that Fergie was falsely accusing content creators of being PDF files, and was a PDF file himself, though he purposely remained somewhat vague on the topic.
Every
In one
Discord,
instance,
I
he
swear.
said, I'm God on here. Don't mess with what I've created. I come from nothing. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt to be stepped on because others are jealous of my success. If you screenshot stuff for a child who's involved with a P word, you aren't a part of my community. You can delete your pledge on Patreon, unsubscribe. I really don't care. If you're involved with a user named Derpasaur or Fergie, this applies to you. Later on, he alleged that Fergie had accused Moth and Cold Raven of allowing the distribution of illegal material, and was obsessed to the point that Moth was considering sending a cease and desist, something Moth claimed he had done to other people. Due to the lack of information, I can't give credence to either party here. While Moth did go on to establish a pattern of accusing the people he disliked of being PDF files, I just don't know what the case is. Almost half a year after their conflict began, in January 2022, Moth brought up Fergie again, claiming he watched and justified it as a study. At one point, Moth sent a disclaimer out to all users of his server, saying, if anyone with a username Fergie the one and only, or anything of that variation messages you, please be warned that he is a PDF file who has a 14-year-old furry neo-Nazi boyfriend. Strangely enough, Moth expressed his willingness.
Why is there... Why are there so many furries who are like that? Why are there so many... Why are there so many furries of that variety? I don't understand. I feel like that wouldn't be good for them if that group came back, you know? I know, right? I'm concerned and confused.
To show people pictures of this supposed underage boyfriend of Fergie's, which is pretty sketchy and not something anyone should do.
Wait, why would you show the pictures of him? What? Yeah, no, they're everywhere, but I guess they're in every community, even that community.
and I can't really see how that could have been a joke or something. In other messages, Moth doxed Fergie and posted pictures of him to the Discord. For the time being, this was contained in Moth's Discord server, but this will come back up later. In late June, KiwiCube16, the same person who claimed Moth got his mixtapes from Jack Hack, made a post saying, "I have a lot of insight regarding Moth as I was directly in touch with him for a while. Honestly, the most disgusting part of this entire thing is that he is 100% going for a minor-only audience. Proof of that is his Discord, which is filled with they-thems and these cute flowery pictures as profile pictures. I'm sure you get the idea. On the final note, I find it quite hilarious that he now has multiple videos regarding mixtapes, yet he knew exactly who made the compilation that essentially boosted his entire career from the get-go. He still tries to downplay it to his minor-filled audience as some mysterious dark web thing, while we knew from the day it was given to him who made it, and he's admitted to knowing that as well. While we don't have access to the accurate age demographic breakdown of Moth's audience, based solely on how he packages and presents his videos, along with the people in the comments, it's clear that there are more than a few minors. Additionally, there were also minors in his Discord server, and we know that's the case since the Not Safe for Work channel is age verified, but the rest of the server is not. The presence of minors in and of itself isn't the only issue. The issue is that while they are protected from the sexual imagery by the ID verification process, they are exposed to the gore videos linked in the server, which will become a significant point of contention with Moth later on. During 2022, there was a noticeable push in Moth's general online persona to cater harder to an LGBT and left-wing audience, as he himself also came out as gender fluid. At one point, he even retweeted Keffels' call to deplatform Kiwi Farms. While not surprising in and of itself,
it's because generally people who are on there who are doing bad things want that
he even
taken down.
Keffels' call to deplatform Kiwi Farms. While not surprising in and of itself, it is pretty strange how he simultaneously markets himself as the most controversial YouTuber ever, an insensitive edgelord who watches people die for fun, and as a staunch ally who gets upset at misgendering. Also in June, a Vice article came out covering the gore community, focusing on Plagued Moth as one of its main representatives. Literally the first guy mentioned in the article. Overall, it's pretty neutral, but it further establishes
I've seen furries in about every demographic on Twitter. Was pleasantly surprised there's a pretty sizable Christian furry community. I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, I'm not surprised.
Him as one of, if not the main face of that content category. This irritated many of the community members who disliked that he was basically selected as their proxy, but in all fairness, some of his videos are gigantic in terms of popularity, so it was inevitable. Despite all of this negative sentiment swirling around on different websites, only in February 2024 did it become something that affected Moth. Now, a lot happens here in rapid succession, so I'll try to keep things at least as unconfusing as much as that's humanly possible. First, on the 12th of February, he uploaded a video titled, "Ripper has been identified." Ripper is someone he covered in a half-hour video from a few months prior, and to put it lightly, he was a hardcore PDF file and a distributor of that kind of content. This much is not disputed, but in his follow-up to his first video on Ripper, he claimed that Ripper was also Fergie from his Discord. His evidence was that multiple IP pings and a school email were connected to Ripper when he wasn't using a VPN, implying that these revealed Ripper and Fergie were the same person. I say presumably because at no point in the video does he explain how these IP pings were proven to be tied to Ripper or Fergie. I know showing someone's IP or email on YouTube counts as doxing, but there was simply no explanation for how Moth and the unnamed investigators he says provided him with this information drew this conclusion. Again, I have to repeat that they could be the same person, but Moth's video presents no concrete evidence. After 3 minutes of him repeating himself, he says that the FBI and local law enforcement have been notified, at which point he shows a Discord message of Fergie's, which has nothing to do with what he's talking about. This might have been a mistake in editing, or a sleight of hand on Moth's part, faking as if he was showing proof of what he was saying while showing something completely unrelated. What makes all of this even more suspicious is that while Moth does refer to Fergie as someone who'd been harassing and stalking him for 2 years, at no point does he mention that Fergie used to be a mod on his Discord server. Why not mention that part when it would obviously be very relevant?
Really was
in this video, he also mentioned Jimmy J, who at this point has been pretty solidly tied to illegal activity. However, this is a bit of a Trojan horse, as Moth is bundling Jimmy's story with Fergie's despite being very different in degree of legitimacy and also being unrelated. Within a month of Moth's Ripper identified video, text-to-speech YouTuber Tethies made a nearly 1 hour-long documentary about Ripper that had its last section discuss the allegations that Ripper
Ollie and Anna seemed so perfect. And what people didn't know was she was screaming
There we
was
go.
Fergie. This section opens on a set of DMs coming from an account that allegedly belonged to Ripper, claiming that they weren't Fergie, but found it funny that now people would think that it was him. Tethy's also focused on one supposed piece of evidence that Moth presented, that Ripper and Fergie were working on mixtapes simultaneously. This is already pretty feeble on its own as proof they're one and the same, but it's further discredited by Tethy's, who explained that Ripper only began making these degenerate mixtapes in December of that year. Last but not least, in this same video, Tethy's adds that Ripper is believed to be a 16-year-old Australian, unlike Fergie,
16?
who is American and of age. So much so that Moth has accused him of dating a minor. Of course, either or both sides of this discussion may be lying or being lied to, so it's good to take all of this with a grain of
16
salt.
and making
However,
CP?
Tethy's did definitively do more
Stuff?
to prove
That's-
Ripper and
that's
Fergie aren't
crazy.
the same person than Moth did to prove that they are. To make
Is that
a long
like a
story
cycle of
short,
abuse
Plagued
then?
Moth might have falsely accused someone of being a PDF file and doxed them to thousands of members in his Discord server. But even if that's not the case, then one of the mods on his Discord server, which was full of minors, was definitely an insane PDF file, and Moth neglected to mention this in his video whatsoever. Neither is too good of an alternative, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to Ripper's story, but since
Either
it's
way
not
is
directly
bad.
related to Moth, we'll leave it at that and we'll get back to our main storyline. On the 28th of February, Moth uploaded a video notifying his audience that his Patreon account had been taken down. First, it was just hidden, and he had to undergo identity verification, but a week later, he was informed that it had gone down due to him using Patreon to share violent or graphic imagery via external platforms, reeling people in through Patreon and then directly linking them to uncensored gore via Discord. In his video about it, Moth claimed that he had no uncensored content anywhere, chalking this up to a smear campaign coming from Kiwi Farms users who were transphobic and hated him for being gender fluid. He also said that Fergie had something to do with it before he went on a rant about Patreon being in hot water for allowing maps or PDF files on their platform. This was actually reported on by right-wing news outlet Breitbart, which is strange since Moth is otherwise really dismissive of anything that comes from people remotely right-wing. I guess his political sensibilities wane when it's convenient for him. Regardless of how true or relevant this controversy involving Patreon is, Moth also mentions that they've profited off of zoo content. And I don't mean zoo as in Harambe going to the zoo having a fun time. I mean zoo as in animals in bad situations. And this isn't that much of an own, considering he himself has made content off of animals getting hurt videos himself. On Twitter, he once again blamed the age verification process and transphobia for his account going down, saying that he has pretty good evidence that this was the case, and going as far as to issue a lawsuit against the people behind his harassment. Obviously, a threat directed at Kiwi Farms. Moth was either lying, wrong in his assumptions, or both, as on the same day that the video about Patreon went up, fellow horror tuber That Creepy Reading, whom we'll be referring to as TCR, took to Twitter to announce the following. YouTuber Plagued Moth is lying in his most recent video. I alone reported his account with these screenshots I took from his Patreon server. I paid $5, and with zero age verification, I got access to these videos. In the attached images of this tweet, he provided multiple screenshots from Moth's Discord server showing direct links to real, extreme gore videos. TCR followed this up by saying, he has minors in his server who can get access to this content. Zero age verification required, so long as you have $5. This is not a troll attack. This was me doing what I feel is right to keep our community safe. This is not about gender. I was horrified after being autoplayed on YouTube into one girl 99 stomps counting with Plagued Moth. I heard rumors and then verified them to be true. Uncensored human death is not a product. You cannot sell it, and anyone who does really should not have the platform to do it. Plague, get help. TCR's claims were confirmed by Kiwi Farms user Goody, who provided a screenshot of those same links, but significantly less censored, proving they were original and not sourced from TCR's tweet. Goody then said, this was in his Discord around 2 months ago. I was there, and I saw it. No age verification required for it.
Why were so many of you there?
He literally removed it the same day the drama started. Like, he deleted the channel and then streamed his Discord how, look, everything's fine here. He is lying. He can prove it with logs that this isn't true, by the way, but he will never do it. Meanwhile, Moth got into a slap fight with TCR on Twitter, though his account has since been suspended, so we can only see TCR's posts. Still, we can easily infer what they were talking about. First, Moth changed his position from there was no gore anywhere to there was no gore on Patreon, which, though true, isn't really relevant, since after the first time he got in trouble with Patreon, he started linking the uncensored videos via third-party platforms and even announced that this would be his new model. Then, Moth mentioned the age of the videos, essentially claiming that this was double jeopardy, a mistake he made a long time ago and that he'd already gotten in trouble for.
Oh my gosh.
TCR dispels this, claiming the screenshots were from 2 months prior, which is the same thing that the Farms user said, by the way. Someone challenges TCR to show his Patreon receipts to prove he had access to Moth's server, and he proceeded to do exactly that, showing that he could have only gotten access to those links after November 2022 when he first pledged. There's plenty.
The creepy reading is taken on Plagued Moth and making him very angry. So I think creepy reading's getting a W here.
Of proof users were being referred to a channel in the Discord called Super Secret Videos that contained the uncensored versions long after 2021. If there were any
actual based narking
past this point, we can no longer see them. But if one side of the argument began quickly backtracking, it was Moth's. Coming off of this exchange looking bad, Moth did a 1-hour live stream addressing the entire situation, which didn't do much to help. In the chat, he can be seen juxtaposing TCR's attack on him with him exposing PDF files, implying either that TCR was attacking him because he exposed PDF files, or that having PDF files exposed somehow made him immune to criticism. Then, Moth suggested that TCR's grudge against him was motivated by money, calling TCR a jealous brokey and accusing him of eBay.
Really?
Now, I'm not here to besmirch anyone's fundraising methods.
I don't know too much about him other than this one drama. Oh, he's upstanding though? That's good.
His primary source of income is reaction videos on Patreon. Accusing someone else of being an e-beggar is pretty rich, or maybe bankrupt, depending on how you look at it. Bragging about money and making fun of other people for not having as much was something Moth had a history of doing, as Reddit posts of his show. In one thread on r/Mondo that criticized him for profiting off of other people's deaths, he said, "Stay poor and miserable. Just made 10K. What are you doing? Oh right, Reddit. See you in 10 years. Every time someone dies. Why do you cry so much, you little..." It's very ironic that Moth never once stopped making fun of TCR for supposedly making no money and being an e-beggar, since within days of this drama erupting, he created a GoFundMe page for his fans to help him out with rent and medical issues. To be clear, there's no inherent problem with asking for money from your fans in situations like that, but Moth makes it hard to sympathize with him when he just relentlessly railed on someone else for supposedly e-begging. On the GoFundMe page, it specified that their savings were exhausted to buy their daughter an insulin pump, and that they were now facing eviction. An insulin pump is about $6,000 out of pocket, plus maintenance throughout the year, which is quite a bit of money. But did he only have $6,000 in savings? From what I understand, he was making a lot of money before his Patreon went bust. But we can give this a pass, since presumably he also had to pay for her to stay at the hospital a while prior, and he had talked about moving as well, which probably also hurt his
He probably just wasted it, just like DSP. Just like DSP had his alcohol and gambling, I'm pretty sure that this guy had his own shit. Maybe he was buying more Kirby plushes or something.
Finances. What's harder to understand is that he mentioned being evicted. In the state where he lives, the minimum amount of eviction notice time a landlord can give is 2 weeks. So either he and his family were already facing eviction before the Patreon went down, and he's now making it out as if the two were related, or he's just saying eviction hypothetically, as in, if I don't pay rent, then we might face eviction. Regardless, the page raised enough funds to pay the rent and late fees, and good for him. I hope this inspires him to be less harsh on the brokey community. Also, very early on in the stream, Moth claims that TCR accused him of selling, which, based on what we saw so far, is simply not true. So much so that a day after the stream, he made it very clear in a tweet that he didn't believe this was the case. In this same stream, Moth himself demonstrates that there's no evidence of TCR claiming that. When he tried to find the specific tweet in which TCR supposedly said it, he failed, finding instead that TCR claimed Moth had access to CP, and, though he never reviewed or reacted to it, had seen it. TCR speculates that this could have been a lie on Moth's part to sound edgier, eventually apologizing for even bringing it up in the first place. For the time being, this part of the story is mired in uncertainty, but we're going to clarify later. During the stream, Moth showed his general chat and went over the rules to prove the gore claims weren't real, but given he's the owner of the server, he could have easily deleted the evidence. At least, this is what TCR suggested in his tweet from a day after the stream, asking for the audit logs from the past couple of days to see if he had used his admin powers to do anything like delete channels or messages from the server.
From what I know of TCR, he has experience with being exposed with legit dark material and knows and warns how damaging and traumatizing it can be? Interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah. That would make sense why he's getting involved here, for sure. Or even more sense for why he'd be getting involved here.
These audit logs were never provided, and the stream only added to the conflict. He even randomly took a shot at Tuv, another commentary YouTuber, for distancing himself when the drama began.
Tuv and I aren't friends because Tuv...
We're taking 50% off your first box of fresh food. Why? Because we believe that no living being should eat ultra-processed food for every meal. Because we believe that weight management is a science, not a guessing game. Because dogs should have the best chance at a long, happy life.
Oh my goodness!
Because digestibility matters, and the science backs it up. But most of all, because dog food should be real food.
Pupper. Yes, pupper!
Hit the link to get 50% off your first box of fresh food.
Pupper. If this was a zoo thing, that would be kind of inappropriate for the pupper break, I guess. But luckily it's not, there's not too much of the zoo stuff going on here. Love his readings, especially on the plane when the lights are turned off. Oh, that sounds like a Because you travel for work a lot, right? That sounds like that would be ideal.
A YouTuber for distancing himself when the drama began.
Tuv and I aren't friends because Tuv got scared that he was going to be harassed because I was being harassed. He didn't want to be looked at as a bad person by associating with me. There you go.
Okay.
Can we stop talking about Tuv for some reason? If you're hyper-fixated on Tuv, go watch Tuv. Tuv is a typical grifting breadtuber in my eyes anyway. He lies to his fans about content, including the video I was on.
Oh, just a breadtuber?
I'm been done with that for a while.
Meanwhile, on the TCR side of things, he made a response stream to Moth, though it's since gone down. What stayed up from this era are TCR tweets from the couple of weeks following the beginning of the debacle, and they help elucidate what was going on at the time. One point raised against TCR's narrative is that he once included audio originating from the Jim Jones cult video in one of his videos. However, he explained his reasoning, being that he did it when he himself was a minor, which suggested he wouldn't do it now and considers it insensitive to feature media from real victims in his
If all advertisers understood that people will watch anything with cute animals, they'd get more watch times? Maybe.
videos. Regardless, my objective here isn't to defend TCR, but instead to analyze the validity of his claims. And him potentially being a hypocrite when he was a kid doesn't really change the point that you probably shouldn't record yourself laughing at a teenage girl getting stomped on and posted to YouTube. Things escalated from the Moth side of things, as he began to claim that TCR invited his audience to dox him and his family, followed by a heavy-handed, "You took medicine from a type 1 diabetic child, you transphobic piece of crap." TCR replied, saying, "Stop using your family as a shield for your behavior. They deserve better than that. You're the one dragging them into this, not me. I never."
Very true. And I thought that insulin was somewhat like the price of insulin had been kept pretty stable. I think because of, was it Mark Cuban? I forget who has it and have like been keeping the price of it pretty decently low, all things considered.
Never invited anyone to dox Plagued Moth. The only one encouraging their audience to do anything is Plagued. While saying Moth was encouraging might have been a stretch, he was definitely allowing the people in a server to go above and beyond the call of duty, so to speak. For the first few days after the drama began, messages encouraging or wishing for physical violence to happen to TCR and one of Moth's detractors weren't punished. It was only after this issue was brought up on Twitter that this problem was adjusted for. I'm not really sure what the doxing accusation is supposed to be about, as in his stream, Moth only
If you're interested, TCR did a debate with Brownie Buck about should children watch horror. Why does that other name sound familiar? Remind me about, you know what, let me pull that up. I probably won't do that today, but that sounds interesting. Brownie Buck TCR. Yeah, I've seen this guy. I think I watched him a little bit when I was in high school. And I'm trying to find that creepy reading. Or maybe I should just do should children watch horror. Okay. I'll put this in the potential content. Okay. But yeah, might look into that. That sounds like an interesting discussion. Okay. You shouldn't laugh at a 15-year-old getting stomped. There was a spike for a minute before a group with Cuban purchased the rights, I believe. Yeah, for the price of insulin. Yeah. But I think this was after that spike already happened.
Adjusted for. I'm not really sure what the doxing accusation is supposed to be about, as in his stream, Moth only mentions it at the end and claims TCR is insinuating he'll dox him, but no evidence of this was ever posted.
What?
This didn't prevent Moth from outright saying that TCR was harassing his family by calling multiple different police stations in Moth's area and telling them he owns CP. While there's no evidence TCR did this, there are a few strange things from Moth's end, such as him randomly calling TCR by his real name instead of his online handle, and at one point telling him, "Stay safe," and then saying the city that TCR lives in, and then following it up with, "That's a dangerous city, bro." While this isn't a threat per se, it doesn't exactly look great either.
No, this is not a dox, but that is my city. I do geotag my stuff. I live in Pontiac, and he posted this Twitter
is that Canada?
thing at me. He had been beefing with me for a while.
I think it's
and
north,
he
regardless.
posted this in an attempt to make me feel unsafe.
Now, in mid-March, I
Oh,
personally had...
was that from A Night in the Woods? I remember that has a really good song. Okay, Michigan. There we go. Okay. I knew it was north.
Did this in an attempt to make me feel unsafe.
Now, in mid-March, I personally had that creepy reading on one of my streams for half an hour, during which he laid this information
Basically
out.
Canada.
He notably made
See?
one
Yeah.
partial concession, that Moth had stopped producing new uncensored reactions to gore since 2021, but he maintained that the
My
original
cat's
ones
trying
were
to
still available on the
eat
server.
plastic.
As TCR receded and seemingly backed off from the conflict, someone else threw their hat in the ring. On the 18th of March, YouTuber Lazy Bedhead dropped a 2.5-hour monster video about the situation. She begins by contextualizing some of Moth's forgotten or overlooked infractions.
I think she's collaborated with Cecil McFly before, and Cecil does pretty good content.
Just thumbnails of his that featured things like the real picture of Junko Furuta's deceased body and another one that consisted of a screenshot from a real zoo sadism video. There are some other criticisms here as well, such as the point that every once in a while, Moth would imply that the victim of a specific video somehow deserved it for putting themselves in a risky situation, such as getting themselves involved with the cartel. This is a minor point in the grand scheme of things, but still.
Okay, cartel, debatable. But generally, if you're getting involved with the cartel, I'm not sure how much of a choice you had there. I don't know.
Incredibly tone deaf of Moth to say. It's no secret criminal organizations frequently pressure and blackmail people into working with them, and the victims in at least some of these videos are police officers who are trying to arrest cartel members. Bedhead also offers some analysis of the finer details of Moth's original story, like that his Patreon account was first suspended because of a missed email about him verifying his ID. Bedhead notices that the email he shows already has the Patreon rep mentioning changes to his content, meaning the age verification never had anything to do with it. This doesn't change much about the selling gore to minors debacle, but it does add to the never-ending list of Moth's not-so-white lies. Then, she gets into the brunt of the TCR situation, bringing up the server's audit logs, as in theory, they would immediately disprove the claims that Moth deleted evidence. Unfortunately, this wouldn't be that simple. In his response to someone named Mango who was asking for them, he refused to provide the logs because it would somehow expose his patrons to attacks, whatever that means. Then, he called Mango a scammer, and this is an entire
It's very tone deaf. I don't disagree, but saying it after watching them perish is not the time and place. Yeah. You don't work with cartels, you work for the cartels. Fair enough, yeah. And again, I'm not sure how often people are willingly doing that. If they're willingly, okay, I get the argument. If it's more just you're pressured into it, then I have a lot more sympathy. Like I do have the general feeling of you gotta be careful, and you can't just go into like this highly dangerous situation and expect that nothing's gonna happen. Like I have a little bit less sympathy whenever like someone's getting drunk at a bar and then they get murdered versus if they're just like chilling in their dorm room minding their own business. I feel like there's a difference there. But regardless, it's bad if someone got murdered, I guess. Does that make sense?
entirely different can of worms that I have no...
Yeah, they literally can't refuse the offer from cartels.
Whatever that means. Then, he called Mango a scammer. And this is an entirely different can of worms that I have no intention of getting into in this video, but the claim that Mango was a scammer came directly from someone who was accused of being a sexual harasser by multiple people. I'm not familiar with the merits of any of these...
What? How is there... People were saying that... Wait, who's the harasser? Okay, this is the harasser. Or the supposed harasser. Blake sexually harassed me IRL and online. For IRL, there was witnesses. Okay, blah, blah, blah. For the record, Mango paid me 700 out of 4,000. Okay, whatever.
These accusations, so I won't comment on that. But Moth wasn't really familiar either.
I mean, I feel bad for them, and I do think that sometimes we all put ourselves in terrible situations. Yeah, true.
So he probably shouldn't have brought it up. After this, Moth was accused of misgendering one of the people criticizing him. Granted, this is...
unless if you're hurting kids or defenseless people or animals, you probably don't deserve. Yeah, for sure.
So
and even people who do bad things. Generally, if it's one of those issues, my sympathies greatly super duper reduced. But I mean, there have been instances where terrible people can actually find redemption, but still, be But a pile driver.
After this, Moth was accused of misgendering one of the people criticizing him. Granted, this is so minute in comparison to everything else, but given how Moth had pandered to the kind of audience that's very sensitive about that kind of thing and pontificated endlessly about how all of the attacks on him were transphobic, this is something he 100% brought on himself. The cherry on top is that Moth's wife, Andrea, chimed in, as she often did, and started getting into it with the 16-year-old that Moth had allegedly misgendered. At one point, she said, "You posted false allegations against my husband that could have him murdered in front of our children. What do you think you're winning by that? Maybe you are overdue for some self-reflection." After this, Bedhead covered a few testimonies that weren't necessarily related to Moth's beef with
yeah. It's a reset to factory settings. Just to hit your head a little bit, and then you'll end up like Goku and chill out.
but instead stories from people who were on his Discord server. One of them went by the name of Ram Ranch, who said that while Moth didn't groom anyone, he did occasionally talk about not safe for work topics and channels. Who was Ram Ranch? From people who were on his Discord server. One of them went by the name of Ram Ranch, who said that while Moth didn't groom anyone, he did occasionally talk about not safe for work topics and channels where minors could see. According to him, minors were the majority of people on the server, with just a few dozen adults at best. What adds to the gravity of the disproportionate age demographics of the server is that out of the entire moderator team, only one was an adult. While it was reiterated that Moth never groomed anyone, Ram Ranch did claim that Moth sporadically cheated.
Why are there always so many child moderators? It's just because, like, oh, I get to do something important, and then you can just get them to do whatever the hell you want. No, the way the factory reset is the button we are born with. At the top of our head has a soft spot you can hold down and blue screen then reset. No. I don't think that's how that works.
On his wife with other adult members of the server. You might think that that's a bold claim to make purely off memory, but Mr. Ranch immediately goes on to say that he was accused by Moth of having asked 5 different times for CP because he made a Virgin Chad meme where Moth was the Virgin and Cold Raven was the Chad. Oh, how brutal. Another of the testimonies came from someone identified only as Anon B, who claimed Moth directly told him that he bought hentai stickers for his 14-year-old daughter. Anon B's other, much less substantial claim is that he was unwillingly tagged in ERP,
Fair enough.
erotic roleplay by 2 other members of the server. Supposedly, when Anon B brought this issue to Moth, he got banned, apparently for having faked his ID and looking too young. On its face, this could be a case of negligent and irresponsible server management, but it gets worse. Anon B claims Moth went
Swear, like, whenever you get ERP going in your Discord server, something horrible is going to happen. Every time.
On to announce to the entire server that Anon B was a predator and a transphobe, and anyone caught associating with him would get banned. It's uncertain if any specific person was spreading this rumor or if Moth just conjured it out of thin air. I'll disclaim right now that this is an anonymous accuser that Lazy Bedhead featured in her video, so I'm just presenting this evidence as it's presented there, which is to say, it doesn't have a lot of evidence. And the reason I say that is because we're going to unfortunately return to one of the most
these are like the Build-A-Bear ones. That's why it looks kind of... gonna say this Leafeon doesn't look amazing. But it looks like it's one of the Build-A-Bear ones, because you can see it with like the little cape thing it has. Like it needs a larger muzzle. It just looks wrong.
Convoluted aspects of this story. Fergie. Gotta open my gamer subs for this one.
Oh, gamer subs.
According to Anon B, the 2 people who exposed him to ERP were users named
But gamer subs comes in a powder. Why would you be opening it like a monster bottle?
According to Anon B, the 2 people who exposed...
You thought it was an AliExpress version? No, I'm pretty sure it's Build-A-Bear. Because, to be fair, Build-A-Bear kind of looks like an AliExpress version.
Exposed him to ERP were users named Fenrir and Fergie. At this point in her video, Bedhead reiterates Moth's claims that Fergie was a dark web PDF file. Though it could very well be true, it's not substantiated, at least not in Moth and Bedhead's videos. However, Bedhead does zero in on another of Moth's claims about Fergie, that he, along with his supposed neo-Nazi furry teenage boyfriend, were responsible for the creation of a controversial mixtape called MD Pope 5. The strange wrinkle to this story is that when they were collaborating, Wendigoon asked Moth if he had any involvement with the creation of MD Pope 5.
Plagued Moth, did you make the fake MD Pope 5?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if I
Eventually,
believe you.
Moth did say that he knew someone from his community was responsible for it. It's never explained how he knew that it was someone from his community, but supposedly didn't know who it was, even though Fergie, whom he eventually said the tape came from, was one of his server's moderators. Even if he really didn't know at the time, how did he eventually find out? Or could it be that he always knew and simply, once again, was being dishonest about it? Ram Ranch claimed that not only did Moth specifically know Fergie was making it, but he encouraged him to make it and send it to big content creators. Now, Now, last but not least, we have the issue of TCR's passing and baseless claim that Moth had access to CP. Up until this point, the narrative was that this was a big mistake on TCR's part, and Moth was relentlessly beating him over the head with this mistake, even after he'd apologized for suggesting it. This narrative drastically changed with the drop of Bedhead's video, as she provided evidence that Moth himself, on his Discord server, said that the worst thing he'd ever seen was part of a CP video on 4chan by accident years prior. This is a problem, not just because it showed that Moth had been lying about this, but also because some speculate that it's impossible to view it by accident, as it's usually kept in password-protected files you have to go out of your way to crack, which clearly no one could do on accident. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly possible to accidentally be exposed to illegal content on accident, because sometimes people will post illegal content under the guise of it being something else. I'm not saying that this definitely happened in this case, but it's not impossible per se. In the wake of her video, Moth encouraged people on his Discord server to go and mass flag it, saying that it constituted slander and libel. Despite the evidence she presented, he continued to deny ever having watched illegal content, prompting her to release a screen recording where she showed the specific Discord message in which he said that he did, which was still up at the time of recording. The fallout of this was really bad for Moth. On the 1st of April 2023, he announced he'd booted over 4,000 people out of his Discord. This was either a performative and tacit admission to his server having a large amount of minors on it who needed to be banned, or an attempt to weed out any potential moles. This evidently did not work, since 3 days later, a complete server dump was posted to Kiwi Farms. In the screenshots that came from the Discord, he could be seen lamenting about how bereft his finances were as a consequence of everything that happened. While it's obviously terrible that his children, who aren't at all at fault for how any of this went down, may suffer as a consequence of this, Moth continuing to frame it as "the internet screwed me over" is about as insincere as you could possibly get. What happened here was a consequence of his actions and decisions, not some random instance of everyone ganging up on him gratuitously to destroy his livelihood. At this point, why would he even stay online? Why not just leave the internet forever and, I don't know, get a job? In retrospect, it would have been a great idea to do that, because from here on out, it just gets worse. After that creepy reading and Bedhead, a third person took the stand.
How does it get worse? We've gone pretty dang bad.
Slime Beast. Slime Beast is something of a minor personality in the horror community, known mainly for authoring creepypastas. In May, over 2 months after the beginning of their beef, Moth decided to drudge it up again by making a 40-minute video targeting TCR. This didn't really change much, and it's mostly not worth getting into, but it is worth noting that it actually had the adverse effect to what Moth intended. By bringing up TCR again, Moth also attracted people's attention to himself and his own case, at which point Slime Beast reached out to him on Twitter, saying he was working on a video that involved the release of evidence, but he got no response. In it, Slime examined footage from a trailer Plague Moth made to a video of his covering an infamous illegal content case, and concluded that footage was procured from the original video, meaning Moth must have had access to it or had it in his possession in some way. On Twitter, Moth first completely misinterpreted the claim Slime was making and started talking about the scream sound.
Dude, stop just dropping. I hate when they do this. I hate when people weaponize their identity for, like, the most depraved shit. This doesn't protect you from criticism. Like, why stop using it as a shield? It's cringe.
Used in the trailer, followed by his usual accusation that he was being attacked by transphobes. This is a side point, but Moth's trailer has weird metal music about little girls and the horniest stock scream sound effect playing over the very real introduction to a heinous video, which frankly is in as poor taste as you could humanly get. Moth went on to repeat his claim about the scream sound effect and then threatened to copyright strike Slime's video for slander, which, if you know anything about copyright and slander are not related at all. Eventually, he tweeted, "Who said anything about using footage from anything or a news report?" I take it that this is him slowly coming to the realization of what Slime actually claimed. In this same tweet, he claims that he got his visuals from a DuckDuckGo image search about the CP case. The problem with this claim is that the visuals he used for the trailer were clearly a video, not still images, so again, this explained nothing. After almost half an hour of addressing completely unrelated things, Moth finally came around to what Slime had actually said and claimed that he got all of his footage from a 60 Minutes piece on the PDF file he was going to cover in his video. And you know what? This would have immediately exonerated Moth, were it not for the fact that the clip shown in the 60 Minutes interview is a few seconds shorter and has the image on the bottom half of the screen blurred, presumably because it shows one of the victims. The visuals in Moth's trailer, however, have the bottom half cropped, goes on for slightly longer, and it appears to be slightly higher quality. If the bottom half was blurred like it was in the 60 Minutes interview, then why crop it? This is very strange, and honestly, I get how that would lead someone to think that Moth had access to the original, which of course is very much illegal. About a week after his first encounter, Moth dropped a 30-minute hit piece on Slime Beast, thinly disguised as a video essay. And when I say thinly, I do mean very, very thinly. He shows Reddit posts of Slime where he's mean to other people, accuses him of being misogynistic and transphobic for reasons that are unclear since the posts don't really show him doing any of that. Then he reads an obsessive stalker's post from the Lolcow image board about Mr. Creepypasta and his wife, and claims that the person who posted them was actually Slime Beast. There is absolutely no evidence that this was the case, and Moth doesn't even make an effort to explain why he believes the post came from Slime Beast. The only possible connection between this poster and Slime Beast is that they both dislike Mr. Creepypasta, but then again, so do probably tens of thousands of people, because Mr. Creepypasta has like 1 million subscribers, and out of all of the people who have seen him exist, there's bound to be a few who don't like him. And from what we can see, Slime's beef with Mr. Creepypasta is over the unauthorized reading of Slime's creepypastas on his channel. Now, there's still some amount of debate as to whether Slime Beast's copyright striking of people who read his stories as legal, as Moth brings up how Slime apparently copyright striked another horror tuber, Nick's Fears. However, Moth claims this wasn't just DMCA abuse, but instead a transphobic attack against Nick's, which he shows no evidence for. The last part of this video is very contentious, as Moth accused Slime Beast of being a stalker and a PDF file. His evidence for this accusation was 2 DeviantArt images Slime Beast favorited, one of them being a not safe for work drawing that Moth said was lolly, and an image of a clothed real girl Moth claimed was clearly a minor. In his rebuttal video, Slime Beast showed that the not safe for work drawing was the adult artist depiction of herself, meaning it wasn't a child in any form, and the real girl, whose image Slime had favorited, was 20 years old. As Slime
Fair enough.
Nothing works on this acne.
Hi. I'm a licensed dermatology provider from
had already said multiple times and was easily verifiable. The only thing pointing to anything else regarding this was a clearly fake Slime Beast account that at one point during Moth's stream about this said, okay, the child was 13. There's a variety of factors that make it easy to verify that this account was fake, and in all likelihood, Moth probably knew this was the case. Otherwise, does Moth think that Slime Beast was constantly denying all the accusations and then randomly confess to all of the claims about him in his chat? In his own YouTube chat, only to then go right back to denying everything? Keep in mind, you can very easily click onto the comments made during the live stream to see that the account that posted that wasn't the same as Slime Beast's real account. There's also another insane aspect of this story, which is that Moth apparently decided that not only was Slime Beast a PDF file, he had also stalked the real girl whose picture he liked for 18 years. And his evidence for this was that the account that posted the image and Slime Beast's account were both created on the same year. Mind you, the account that posted that picture belonged not to the girl in question, but instead the person who photographed her, who happened to be a friend of Slime's and also an adult. To say that Moth was grasping at straws at this point is very generous. It's questionable if he even believed his own claims at any point, since they were so outlandish. Within a few weeks of these bouts of friction between Slime and Moth, it was revealed by TCR on Twitter that Moth had been sending cease and desist letters to his detractors. Cease and desist letters don't necessarily mean you're being sued yet, but still, it obviously suggested a legal threat. Within a month of that, Plague Moth's YouTube channel was actually taken down, initially for unknown reasons. One day after it happened, he took to Twitter to say, my channel was terminated due to multiple false copyright strikes on my old creepypasta videos, and it was taken down by TCR and Slime Beast in order to silence my expose videos. This happened shortly after I sent them both a cease and desist. Slime Beast began to brag that he's about to watch a bomb go off, and TCR pinned a tweet showing my private URL of the video he false reported. TCR responded by asking for proof that he was behind the DMCA attacks, but as far as we can see, this proof was never provided. When another target of Moth's cease and desist letters decided to corner him on the subject, he repeatedly evaded the question. A few days later, Moth decided to turn his attention back to TCR to accuse him of being a PDF file who had harbored that Ripper character, which he still maintained was Fergie, even promising screenshots that TCR had children watching and reading not safe for work material and having VC sex with Ripper. I take it he meant that he had more than screenshots, but still, if he has proof of this, would this not be something you would post immediately to stop any harm coming to these children, as opposed to holding on to it for the sake of perpetuating Twitter drama? There was a lot of back and forth at this time, eventually concluding in Moth also being suspended from Twitter, which TCR chalked up to him falsely accusing multiple people of being criminals. A few days after this, TCR tweeted that someone sent him Moth's Discord server audit logs from March, and something that had been long speculated was confirmed. Moth definitely deleted evidence of freely accessible gore from his server. The only new additions to the Plagued Moth repertoire from this point in time time is that he began to abuse DMCA against the Tractors, something he ironically accused Slimebeast of doing. He even got creative and started pretending to be Slimebeast to DMCA himself. I have no idea what the objective of this was, as obviously Slimebeast wouldn't copyright strike himself, but, you know, with Plague Moth, it's like, I'm just, my brain's melting, frankly, I don't know. On August 7th, I had both TCR and Moth on my stream, over on the Tom Dark channel. And though it wasn't very productive, it did result in a kind of temporary ceasefire between the two, which did not last very long. In September, Slimebeast posted a video doing some math based on a Reddit post of Moth's wife, and concluded that they first got together when she was 26 and he was 17. Moth and his wife both responded to these accusations, essentially suggesting that they only began dating after Moth had already turned 18, which could be true, but if we go solely off of this Reddit post...
Okay, the age gap wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't for the fact that he was 17. What the hell?
Dating after Moth had already turned 18, which could be true, but if we go solely off of this Reddit post, that's impossible. In her post from 2019, his wife says that they hooked up almost 8 years prior, which, even if you whittle it down to just 7 years, means it happened in 2012, during which time he would have been 17 for the majority of the year. Eventually, she corrected herself and said they started dating a month after he turned 18. Later, in 2023, when Cold Raven...
That is creepy as shit, if that's true. It's only a month after, it's creepy as shit. That doesn't make it based. That makes it maybe even creepier.
They started dating a month after he turned 18. Later, in 2023, when Cold Raven had officially joined the group of Moth's detractors, he posted about Moth having sent gore to Lazy Bedhead, something which is very weird and just strange to do to someone, obviously. Bedhead confirmed this and added that he not only sent her gore, but also edited TikTok posts of hers spliced within that gore, which frankly, if she wanted to, could be considered some kind of death threat if she really wanted to be dramatic. Eventually, Moth responded directly to Cold Raven in the video, but whatever impact this could have had was significantly dampened by him bringing up the accusations he had seen. Here, he specifies that he hadn't seen any part of the itself, but instead had just seen the trailer for it. It's crazy that there's a trailer for that kind of thing, but you know, these people are sick in the head. This is something he also said during my live stream with it. While I do think this could be true, and I don't think that he is some kind of creep himself, I simply don't understand why this couldn't have been clarified much earlier, preferably without the hefty side order of random unnecessary lies he served up every single time someone brought it up to him. But keep in mind, this doesn't really explain the thing Slimebeast pointed out about the trailer for his video, containing what appears to be a higher quality version of the introductory portion to the same tape he had been repeatedly accused of possessing. But regardless, going on about this is beating a dead horse at this point. The attempts at DMCA his opposition continued, but didn't have much success, and in March 2024, he announced he'd lost his real-life job, supposedly due to harassment he received on account of what was going on online.
He had a job? Really? What did he do? I'm very surprised he like had a job there while doing the YouTube thing.
Unverifiable, and we have to go off his word here, but it certainly could be true. Since then, he's been repeatedly banned off of multiple platforms, but he still pretty regularly posts to his YouTube channel. However, the hope of him recapturing the same traction and clout he had a couple of years prior is simply long gone. Plagued Moth hasn't once expressed any intention to apologize, admit to the tens of times he's falsely accused people of being creeps, and instead, every time he's lied and purposely misled his own audience to make himself look better. On YouTube, you're lucky if you get a second chance after one slip-up of that caliber, but after dozens upon dozens, the only people left will be delusional sycophants and kids too young to know any better. The attempts of his to frame all of this as people gratuitously going after him, or platforms being unfair to him because of the topics he covers in his content, are transparent. Justin Wang, for example, covers plenty of shock video and adjacent topics, but his channel works just fine because his attempt isn't as gruesome or tasteless as Moth's, and he doesn't just sit and watch these videos and laugh at them as they come out. Even in the times where the criticisms he made against his detractors are fair and accurate, it doesn't suddenly justify the things he's done. Before TCR ever got on his case, he already had his Patreon taken down once for providing access to uncensored...
You know, looking at him long enough, the hair Moth has almost looks unreal. Yeah. In certain angles, it looks interesting. It might be because of like the dye mixed with, I'm assuming, a green screen. It does seem like he might be losing some up here, though.
censored content to his followers. His business model was a castle of sand, ready to collapse on its own well before anyone had poked any holes in it. Now that it did collapse, he wants to blame everyone else. Now, I don't personally wish
like his
any
general,
ill will on the guy whatsoever, especially considering
strategy.
his family situation with the people he needs to support, but given he himself doesn't want to change the way he does things, I can't imagine the future holds anything different for him. Unfortunately, this is the story of Plagued Moth. I've been Turkey Tom, thanks for watching, and until next time, leave me alone.
Yeah.
A question we get all the time is, how do you do culinary school online? And the way we do it is by focusing...
bizarre. Okay, but yeah, I definitely do think that the true victims in all of this are if kids get exposed to gore that they shouldn't have, and his own children. I feel bad for his own kids. That's the main thing. I could maybe watch something funny. Like, how long is it? Because I might be going to bed soon. But I'll definitely like save it for next time. Just what do you wanna talk about? Or like which video? Okay, 11 minutes. Oh yeah, we had the vape CEO thing too. But which video are you talking about? And then I can put that for next time, just because it's getting kind of late, and I do need to wake up for the next video. Because apparently the Caleb video is going to be unhinged tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. But I feel like I'm going to need all the mental energy I can to survive the onslaught. It's titled "This Rock Started a Civil War." Okay. Let me find that. This rock started a civil war. Dude in a room. Okay.
This is Pop.
I have a rock that looks just like this. Like, I unironically did something like this as a kid. Like, I put googly eyes on it, and it was a very similar looking rock. I'm gonna actually make sure that. There we go. That might be a better place for me. But I'll have him saved for next time. Because this looks very, very interesting. See, you gotta come back, Rusty, so that you can watch me react to this. But regardless, I had the VODs up too. But I'm definitely interested in this. But I think I should probably go to bed. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna get the VOD up tonight. I might just go to bed right now, and then I'll get the VOD up in the morning. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I had a good time. Learned a lot. Though I did get very grossed out with some of the alphabet things, especially whenever there was farting. Uh, or not farting, sharding. I typically stream in the morning. I do at like 10 a.m. Central, but that's mainly like the Caleb stuff. And I'll generally do like 2 videos, an old Caleb and a new Caleb. And then on Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m., I stream variety. Generally, I want to stream comics on Saturday too. Probably also evening, but the next few Saturdays are going to be kind of crazy, so I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to stream them, at least for a while. But yeah, generally like 8 p.m. for this variety type stuff. Yeah, no, I figure most people work. Like, I try to have it be like stuff that you can have in the background, but still. Yeah, see you later, cats. But yeah. But I'll definitely do the rock one on Thursday. So watch out for that on Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. But yeah. Hope you guys have a good day. I will see you later. Have a good night.